rage, but I bleed in full color, unscripted stage. Broadcast bands on the sound of defiance. But my mic's a weapon, truth and alliance loaded up. I'm Harlem with a sermon, Watts with a whale. Preaching decibels, syncopate the tale. Label me explicit cause I speak ancestral. Spit Morse code from the streets is essential. Too loud for the lullaby, too loud for the calm. Cracking they signal like a song with a bomb. Every stanza's a riot, verses go kinetic. Words cut deep, double-edged and prophetic. Too much for TV, too deep for your view. Say too strong for your edit, too raw to subdue. Too proud to be silenced, too black to erase. Too real for your networks, I flood every space. Too bold to be branded, too fly for your page. Too loud for the volume, I burst through the stage. I'm the voice they can't filter, the beat they can't blind. Too much for the screen, too rare to rewind. Look it, raised in a crib where the static was gospel. Pop's voice over vinyl, survival colossal. News never showed us unless we were paying. So we danced through the tears, baptized in rain. They fear the uncut, truth that's undressed. Wrote scripts in blood, passed every test. No sponsors, no filters, no scripted decorum. Just ancestors humming through courtroom forums. Been banned in advance for my verse got heard, but my rhythm defies the coded word. They frame us in frames, freeze us in fear, but I bend every lens till the future is clear. They try to dim my light, but we shine.
What's good, family?
But we sing through the silence, through midnight we fight. Keep swinging. Oh, we're too loud to erase them.
We're gonna get into it.
I'm too much for TV, too deep for your view, too strong for your edit, too raw to subdue, too proud to be silenced, too black to erase, too real for your networks, I flood every space, too bold to be branded, too fly for your cage, too loud for the volume, I burst through the stage, I'm the voice they can't filter, the beat they can't blind, too much for the screen, too rare to rewind. I ain't here for applause, I'm here for atonement. Every syllable strikes like a truth-tone moment. March with my melody, cheer with my scars. My cadence a caravan, the cosmic balls. Pitch bend like a protest, tone shift like seasons. Rapid revolutions, flow packed with reasons. Switch tempo like tongues in a sanctified hall. Testify over snares with a so-so call. Sing it for my gummy lines.
What is a win for foundational black American? That's what we're going to talk about today. What is a win? What does a win look like?
They can blur the screen.
Come on.
Can erase the signal.
They can erase the signal. Let's go. What's going on, family? We about to get into it, man. Y'all go ahead and come in. Click that like button. Same thing we always do, man. Give me the 10K likes. I start bringing people up. We're gonna talk about it, family. What's a win, man? What does a win look like? Everybody keeps asking, what's the purpose of FBA? And we keep asking them, what do you mean? What are you talking about? We keep trying to explain to people that we're a lineage. What's the purpose of the African lineage? Or the Nigerian lineage? What's the purpose of your tribal lineage? People keep asking, what is FBA? What is FBA? They want to label us a HATE group, which is crazy, right? You're gonna label a lineage a HATE group. Why? Because we speak proudly and boldly about our lineage. That's very shameful. Very shameful. Very shameful that people are so butthurt that we're delineating and they don't get to eat off us no more, that they have to put labels on a lineage, a whole lineage. That's insane. That's crazy. But we're going to define it for y'all. We're going to define it for the family, because I think we do need to know what a win is. What a win looks like for us. What does a win look like for foundational black Americans? I think we got to talk about it. I think we got to get into it. I think we got to realize what our goal is. What are we trying to gain as a people? What do we want? What are our demands? So what does a win look like today? We got the ultimate goal, or the ultimate win. But what are wins that we can get along the way, right? What are wins that we can get along the way? Shout out to my brother cousin. We were talking about some things on the phone the other day, and I thought this is a good topic to bring to the family, man, because we gotta define what is a win. What does a win look like? What do we want? What are you standing on business for? What are we trying to achieve? So we're going to talk about it. And family, y'all forgive me because we are about to start changing the format a little bit. We're going to start having a Discord meeting right after the live. I'm going to start plugging into the Discord. Those who are part of the Discord, not today, but probably starting tomorrow, we're going to start holding strategy sessions and strategy meetings. We're going to start, pumping up. Y'all know there's a boycott. Man, there's a boycott going on. We're boycotting again. And to me, it's not really a boycott for me. It's a lifestyle for me, I've kind of been feeling salty about, it's unfortunate that, I'll just say it like this. It's unfortunate that African shops have to be boycotted in order for them to recognize and understand that we mean business. Some of these people have nothing to do with what's going on. They probably never said any greasy things. I don't know, some of them. But it's unfortunate that they have to be hit so they can realize that what we say is law. What we say, we mean business. I don't, like I said, I don't hate on no Africans. I don't hate on no Caribbeans. I don't do that. I don't go out my way to do that. I just call out the tethers. I call out the tethers in their class, and I really want them to feel the business. But again, you got 100 snakes. They all black, and only 100 of them are good only 10 of them are good out of the 100. The 10 gonna get hit too. So the best thing for everybody is to just stay out of foundational Black American business. Be respectful when you speak to us. Stay in the comments and learn. Don't be trolling. Don't come up on the platform trying to change the conversation and make it about you when it's not about you. Come here, work, get your money, and try make a pathway for yourself back home to fix your homeland. Don't try to compete for resources that are foundational Black American, because we're not going to allow that. I mean, that's the best scenario. We tried to get y'all up over here, and we thought all of y'all was going to be riders, but we're understanding that the ones that the government are letting in might not be the riders. And it makes sense why they wouldn't want to bring the real riders over here. I get it. They don't want to bring the real riders over here to really come together with the foundationals. They don't really want that because that's going to be problems for them. So I get it. They screen y'all, and they make sure some of y'all they make sure y'all be cowards. They make sure y'all are fleers that are coming over here, and y'all feel like this is a better deal than what you're getting in your homeland. I get it. I really get it. I really understand it. So it makes sense. It makes sense that they don't bring over no Caribbean riders, because if they brought over Caribbean riders, it'd be a whole new situation for these white supremacists, right? It'd be a whole new situation, and I get it. I understand. But we as Foundations Black Americans, we're not going to allow. It's over. It's over for y'all. It's over for that. You understand? It's a done deal for that. We're no longer taking the disrespect. The ones who are in politics, your days are numbered. We're not even into a full year of Trump, and y'all got 3.5 more years to figure. Y'all about to get up out the paint. You understand? Y'all are about to get up out the paint, and it just is what it is. And it's no disrespect. Like I said, man, listen. If I'm not gonna feel sad if a few Africans don't like me or a few Caribbeans don't like me. I'm not gonna lose any sleep about it. I'm not gonna lose any sleep about it. But I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. This is what foundational Black Americans do. We look you in the face and we tell you what time it is. And you don't have to like it. Because we don't kowtow to nobody. We don't bend the knee and we don't bow our head and touch the floor for nobody. You understand? What's up, Dreadhead? Yeah, we don't do that. We don't kiss the butt of the oppressor. Okay? We don't feel any affinity towards the oppressor at all. We don't want to, now we have don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. We know we have a few out there. We have a couple thousand, couple 10,000, maybe a couple, I don't know the number. But it's not enough of them. It's not enough. We don't have enough Sambos. We have more riders than we have Sambos. That's what we know. And even the small group of riders that we do have is enough to tear some shit up. You understand what I'm saying? So we get not only are we dealing with, we've always had to deal with our Sambos, but now we got to deal with some tethers too. Listen, we gonna stomp the yard on the dominant society's head when they get out of line. We're gonna do that. Yes, we are. But we can't do it effectively enough until we get the ones that look like us or try to cosplay like us up out the paint. That's just what it is. And it's time. It's time. It's time. It's 2020 freaking 25. It's time you go back and focus on your homeland. Now, I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were talking to me like 𝗔𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀𝘀 was freaking Martin Luther King and Malcolm X with resources. That's what somebody was telling me. And I was like, But let's just say 𝗔𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀𝘀𝘁 is Malcolm X and Martin Luther King with resources. Why aren't y'all over there? Y'all got somebody that's riding for y'all. Let's think about this. He has to make outside connections with China, with Russia, just so he can stay alive. Because his own people won't build a wall of protection around him. His own people won't build a wall of protection around him. He got to seek Russia, China, just to stay alive. He has to give up resources that could be used for y'all community, minerals that could be used for y'all community, just so he can stay alive. Now, whether some people think he's doing a good job, bad job, great job, doesn't matter. The brother's standing on business, and he got two other countries that are riding with him. Where's the rest of y'all at? I don't want to hear this. It's the government, man. You need to find a way to send resources to that brother, to help that brother. What are you doing over here in America when y'all got y'all so-called, because I didn't say this. Somebody told us to me, said that this was y'all Malcolm X and y'all Martin Luther King all in one with resources. Let that sink in. But y'all over here want to talk greasy to foundationalists. Y'all over here want to try to take resources from us when y'all got somebody over there that's trying to say, hey man, y'all got plenty of resources over there. Y'all just got to make it happen. Yeah, I'm talking about Troy. Somebody told me he was the Malcolm X and Martin. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying somebody told me that. And I'm saying if he is, where is this? Why aren't y'all supporting him? You know what it is? I'm going to tell you what it is. The same way Marcus Garvey wasn't accepted in his homeland and he had to come all the way over to Black America stand, all the way over to the Black American community, the FBA community, to get things popping. Maybe 𝗔𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀𝘀𝘀 needs to reach out to Foundational Black American, and when we embrace him, then y'all will embrace him. Because we haven't embraced them. We haven't embraced them over here yet. We like, hey man, that's y'all dude. Shout out to the brother. Power to the people over there. Go make it pop. You got 1.5 billion people over there. We over here 50 million strong. But what does it take for y'all to support your own? Y'all want to be over up in my live, up in my comments, having Twitter finger wars, diaspora Twitter finger wars over here. If you nigga, you African nigga. I'll bring you up in a minute. Let's get to 10K likes. Let's get to 10K likes. I gotta stand on some more business. I gotta stand on some more necks here. You know, I gotta get this going because I gotta explain what is a win to. I'm still trying to get into what is a win for foundational Black Americans. But I gotta, just set the stage and address some things real quick. Good. If you love Africa, go back there and build it up. Suffer with your people and make something happen. There's a unique thing when your back is against the wall, when you have no options, you figure a way out. That's a spiritual, that's like an egg being cracked and the yolk coming out. What's it gonna take? What's it gonna take for y'all to say, hey man, America's cool, it's built up. The people here did a fantastic job building it, making everything right. Why can't I have this in my country? And why can't I build that in my country? And why can't I fight to build that in my country? And who's going to be the seed over there in Africa that's going to say, I'm willing to unalive so the new generation, so the next generation can live? You see what's going on with the with the young people in Africa. They don't know what the heck to do. They frustrated, they mad. They so frustrated and mad that they bothering us over here. They so frustrated and mad that they want to come over here and mess with foundational Black Americans. That's what's going on. Because your older generation didn't want to be the seed. Your older generation sold the youth out. That's what happened over there. That's what's going on. The older generation sold the youth out with their Christianity, really probably Christianity and peace and probably harmed Africa more than helped it. That turn the other cheek narrative, the Sally Struthers rice was not meant to benefit you. It was meant to pacify you. So you won't stand on business. So you won't stand up to dictatorship and puppet leadership. That's what it is. To where y'all are coming over here thinking it's a win that y'all bought Essence. Essence been gone. Jet Magazine been gone. We was the only thing keeping it alive and y'all went and bought it. And cool, y'all bought it. Cool. Now y'all got to deal with it. Good luck. Because Black Americans are out. You can't force us to support you when we don't want to. You can't force us to buy from you when we don't have to. You understand? So if you thinking and the AU 6th region, we're going to talk about that tomorrow. We're going to talk about the AU and the 6th region tomorrow. We didn't buy it because we didn't want it. How about that? How about that? We didn't buy it because we didn't want it. We the people that be like, we own to the next. We own to the next. We're that great that we're like, we're on. Essence was cool, but we own to the next. That's why. That's why we didn't buy it. You see what I'm saying? That's why we didn't buy it. That's why we let y'all buy it. Because y'all going to pick up the crumbs. Y'all going to pick up the crumbs that we've already been like, we're on to the next. So it is what it is. It is what it is. The same reason why you could say, why you could come to me and type these things in my live. The same reason I could say, why ain't you over there with 𝗔𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀𝘀𝗶cie standing on business if that's your Martin Luther King and Malcolm X in one with resources? If it is, why are you not over there? That's just what it is. You can say what you want to, YT lover, all this stuff, man. Man, I love my people. Why don't you love your people? Why you over here when you not over there with your people? And your people, they don't even respect you when you leave. They don't even respect you when you leave. They like, hey, we over here suffering, nigga. Send us something. We're hurting. Send us something. Send us something. And y'all be acting like, man, y'all ain't even got $20 to send over there. You know what I'm saying? So don't get upset with me. Don't get upset with foundational Black Americans because we love y'all enough to tell you what it is. You know, love is correction. We love y'all enough to say, hey man, you ain't supposed to be over here. You're supposed to be over there helping your people. So this is what it is, family. This is what it is. This is where we at. So let's get into it, family. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. We got to get to 10K. What is a win for foundational Black Americans? What does a win look like? Simple yet powerful. What is a win for foundational Black Americans? Now, I'm not talking about crumbs. I'm talking about control. I'm talking about sovereignty. I'm talking about dismantling a system that was never designed for us and building one that is. We're going to talk about on-code unity, the FBA Constitution, and how replacing this current injustice system and true justice is the ultimate win. If we had an ultimate win, the ultimate win would be dismantling the system that is oppressing us. That's the ultimate win, right? But we got to pick up some wins along the way also. Like a win along the way, like a small battle along the way will be getting illegal immigrants up out of this country that harm foundational Black Americans and try to compete with foundational Black American resources. That's a small win. That's why we're not tripping off of Trump. Because that's a small win. But let's get clear on what a win is. Because for too long, family, we called losing winning. We've been, under the last 60 years, we've been losing, family. And we've been brainwashed by legacy media telling us we've been winning. Shoot, even YT folks believe we've been winning. Oh, it's the blacks they're just taking over, man. You know, they got all the DEI, affirmative action. They're just taking over, man. I mean, we're getting canceled, man. I can't. There's no freedom of speech anymore, man. I can't say the N-word, man. It's terrible. It's terrible. Black people, black fatigue. They've been whining and complaining, and they don't even know that they're still winning. But they've been complaining to us. Complaining, family. A celebrity crying on TV is not a win, family. Joy Reid getting fired. That's probably, that might be a win. That might be a small little But that's not a win, family. A street painted with Black Lives Matter is not a win, family. A win is tangible. A win is ownership. A win is control. And ultimately, a win is dismantling the system of injustice we live under. That's ultimate. And replacing it with a system of justice, not integration, not acceptance. Integration was not a win, family. See, we thought integration was a win. We thought if we can just integrate into YT society, into YT spaces, that was going to be better for us. It actually harmed us. We thought being called a minority was a win, but it wasn't. That word minority actually harmed us. We thought affirmative action was a win, or they tried to tell us it was a win. Come to find out, LGBTQ YT women benefited the most from that. Come to find out, it only further put us to the back of the line. We're at the back of the line where immigrants get to come over here and eat first, and we got to be at the back. That's not a win, family. That's not a win. That's not a win. So let me ask you, family, somebody in the chat, what's your definition of a win? What's your definition of a win? What is your definition of a win, family? Man, the tethers are out today, aren't they? Jesus Christ. Where my FBA at? What's the definition of a win, family? Our own government and military, okay. Delineation, yep, that's ownership, yep, those, I like that. Okay. What's the definition of a win, family? Ownership and control. I like, yeah, that's it. Ownership and control, yeah. A win is when we are in control of our destiny for us and us only. Separation is a, yeah. His definition of a win is white people love him for you all. That's what 𝗖𝗍 Struthers is. 𝗖𝗍 Struthers is a win for Africa. Okay, 𝗖𝗍 Struthers is your win. That's what that is. White rice from China. That's your win. Rice. Send us rice, nigga. Water, nigga. Yeah, I got it. Yep. I know how much you love massa. You love massa so much you decided to go over where massa is. You decided to leave your African country and come all the way over here where white people live because you love them so much and you hate Africa that much. I don't know, but yeah, a win for me, family, is sovereign. Us being sovereign, us being protected, us being empowered. Us being elevated to our rightful place. Make everything fair, and we're gonna be elevated. It just is what it is. Us being, listen. I don't know. I'm probably gonna say it on this live at some time. People are gonna hate me when I say it, and they're gonna say, "Oh, black supremacy, all this stuff." It isn't. It's just when things are fair, it favors black Americans. That's all I'm saying. If you clearly define the rules and make things fair, we're naturally going to be at the top and not at the bottom. Just off of nature. It is what it is. That's not black supremacy. That's just the truth. That's just the truth. If we make all the rules fair for everybody, it actually doesn't favor everybody else. It favors us. That's all I'm saying. All this low IQ nonsense they try to project on us, that's them, family. That's them. They're using the power of us. They're using the collective group to defeat us because we are moving like individuals. Because in our minds, we have to stop believing that the world is fair. We have to stop believing that, hey man, all you gotta do is work hard and you can pull yourself up by the bootstraps and you can make it and win. No. If it was fair, that would be true. If it was fair. But it's not fair because it's a few of us against a group of them. Let me explain, family. Let me explain what that group is. That group, that group word that groups everybody together is YT, right? You got Irish, you got Italians, you got Germans. They include the Hispanics now, the Latino community now. You see what I'm saying? When they use the group power again, when they control the media, when they control, education. You see what I'm saying? See, that's not fair. That's not fair. But if it was fair, it would favor us. We would natural, just off of nature alone, we would be elevated. But they use the power of group. That's actually pretty smart. That's actually pretty smart. You got the less dominant gene, and you need to group up with other less dominant genes to empower yourself and rule over the dominant gene. I get it. Makes sense. That's smart. That's smart. And it's time that we stop moving around like this world is fair and we start playing smart too. Because why can't, if we know that that's what they're doing, and of course they got other things like WMAs, and they got, you know, pew pews and all this. I mean, they're using a host of other things. They got control of the money, the currency, all this. You see what I'm saying? They're using all these tools that if it was just an even playing field, we would be elevated. So that's smart on them. I can't knock their hustle. I can't knock them for doing that because that's their only way. That's their only way, family. But we have to do this. We have to do that and a little bit more to get out of the deficit that we're in here. So before we go any deeper, family, I want to just remind you about FBAcoin.org. It is live. I just want y'all to do your due diligence. I just want y'all to go over there, check out the page, you know, read up, do your due diligence on blockchain, and get the information. It's the first crypto for foundational Black Americans, built by us, built for us, by us. If you believe in economic sovereignty and building your own financial ecosystem, check out FBAcoin.org and secure your future. Secure the future of all FBAs, because we need to have our own currency if we're going to dominate also. Okay? So let's talk about the blueprint. What is the framework of victory? The framework of victory for us is the great law of sovereign legacy, is the FBA Constitution that I gave you guys yesterday. I did a 3-part series on the FBA Constitution. We've created our own living document, a constitution written by FBAs for FBAs out of our values, our structures, and our responsibility as a nation within a nation. But a constitution means nothing without unity. That's why one of the greatest wins we can achieve is getting all of us on code. That is a win, family. Getting on code. Being on code ain't a slogan. It's survival and it's strategy. It means prioritizing FBAs over everything else, defending our culture, investing in our own people, and refusing to empower outsiders over our lineage. If you're not on code, you're in the way. We know the Africans, they not on code with us. Look at what they're writing in the comments. Look at what the Africans and the Caribbeans are pushing in the comments. They're not on code with us, family. So if they're not on code, they are in the way. Not right. You know, y'all keep thinking language is culture, man. You know, it's just a small part of it. We do have our own language. We do have our culture is the same culture that you flee to. Okay? Our culture is the same culture that you flee to. And it's great and it's influential and it's powerful. But this is why y'all are gonna get left behind. This is why y'all are gonna have you're gonna have your Negro wake up call real soon. You're having it. This is why ICE is knocking on a lot of y'all doors and taking y'all back to y'all homeland. Okay? It is what it is. And no, FBA doesn't exist on TikTok. It exists in the real world. Yes, it does. It exists. I'm in the real world. I'm not just on TikTok. Okay? A lot of us have jobs and families, and we live in the real world. Just because you don't want to recognize it doesn't mean nothing. Doesn't mean nothing. You can be in my life hating all you want to, but that's not gonna stop it when the hammer hits, it's gonna hit. You understand? So family, culture is power. And power is visual. Okay? Power is visual. Understand, also I wanna, I'm gonna be taking little breaks in between because I gotta listen. We gotta build the liquidity pool for the FBA coin. And I'm using all my resources to build it, So at Mucho, so I want y'all to check out my other store, Mucho Art, at muchoart.com. You can wear the movement from shirts to canvases express FBA pride, history, and resilience in every piece. Make sure you shop at muchoart.com. It's just a play on my name, Too Much, where culture is wearable. If you like hats like this, you want shirts that make a bold statement, and you're not afraid to be out there and wear your lineage on your chest, put your lineage art up on the wall in your house, man, Mucho Art is a store for you. Now let's get to the thing about not chasing it but owning it, right? Economic wins means land ownership, business ownership, and financial autonomy. Family, if we're still waiting on reparations, I'm saying we got to stand for reparations. But waiting, there's a different thing about waiting on some, there's something about praying and waiting and praying and doing. See, I live by this. Pray like it's up to God, but act like it's up to me. I don't, our ancestors, they did a lot of praying and waiting. We prayed and we waited. We prayed and we waited some more. And shout out to some of our ancestors. God bless them. They set the framework. They were the seed. We are their fruit. But now even the fruit becomes the seed again. Now we as Gen Xers, this is what I believe, we are the seed again. We are the pioneers. There's really no accolades really for pioneers. But understand, we're the ones that are gonna bust through and pave the road to true freedom. But we got to do it. It is what it is. We just got to do it. So my thing is, pray like it's up to God, but act. Make sure you put that act in there. Act. Take action. Do something. Build something. Empower yourself. Bring it to pass. We're not praying and waiting. Start preparing, because wealth unprepared is wealth wasted. That's what FBA coin steps in. It's not just crypto. It's a tool for building economic systems outside of our banks and outside of their rules. That's what FBA coin really is for us, family. It's a way to work outside of their system and finally benefit us. We need cooperative economics. Tulsa wasn't an accident. It was a blueprint. Black Wall Street was not an accident. It was a blueprint, and we got to build that blueprint once again. Okay? So, family, voting without power is begging. We got to understand that. A political win isn't clapping for Democrats or wishing Kamala was president. It's laws written for us, passed because of us, and enforced by us. If they're not talking direct benefits to FBAs, they don't get our vote. Building local power, controlling city councils, funding candidates who are on code, keyword on code. Politics ain't about friendship. It's about leverage. That's a win for us, family. Voting as a block, not as independent people. We shouldn't be supporting one party over another party, especially if they're not giving us tangibles. Now, if you're FBA, you should know already that we have delineated from the Democratic Party. We're no longer giving them our energy, giving them our time, donating anything to them. We're no longer believing that they're going to save us, that they're somehow going to pass reparations. We're not believing that. We're not believing that. We're taking action and we're letting them crash and burn. And the same thing for the Republican Party. If we don't start getting tangibles from them, the same thing's going to happen to them. But we're going to open up a dialogue first. We're going to open up a dialogue and we're going to say, hey, you need to holler at us. And we're not voting Republican. We're just saying, hey, you need to holler at us. You better holler at us. You better give us something. We'll take some small wins along the way, but you better holler at us. It's time that you holler at it. It's time that you put a black tax. I don't care what you call it. I don't care what you call it. It could be a black tax. It could be a specific tariff that benefits foundational Black Americans and builds up the wallet. That's gonna give us this reparation, which is money and land. Okay, I don't care what it is, but you got to figure something out. You got to put something on the table, Donald Trump, Mr. Republican. You got to put some. We've been hollering at the Democrats for 60 years. We're done talking to them. So we done wiped out your competition. We done wiped out your opposing party. We done demolished your opposing party. Demolished them. Now we need something for the work. We need something for the work that we did that y'all couldn't do. Because if y'all could demolish the Democratic Party, y'all would have done it already. But guess what? FBA, Black Daddy, we did it. We did it. So now you need to holler at us and give us something. Okay, we'll take getting these immigrants, these illegal immigrants, about the pain. Not the legal ones, but the illegal ones. We'll take that. Get the illegal immigrants up out the paint. Well, that's a small victory, a small win. But now we need to get to the nitty-gritty, because we're about to holler at them and push the line about reparations. Oh yes, we're about to push the line. We are about to push the line. That's what we are about to do. So cultural wins. Cultural wins, family. Culture feeds the spirit. But too often, FBAs are feeding everybody else. From hip-hop to Hollywood, we create, they steal. Cultural wins means owning what we create. Own your masters. If you're in the music or entertainment industry, you got to own your masters, man. You don't need to go, listen. All you need to do is come holler at your people, and your people are going to support you. All you got to do is get out of the record labels. Don't even go with them. Don't even sign with them. You don't even need them anymore. You need to own your masters, own your publishing, own everything. You need to become an owner of what you create. Control your stories. We no longer need to holler at legacy media for anything and let them tell us what's going on in the world. We got the new black media that's doing that for us. We got content creators. We got YouTubers out there. We got people on Twitter that are giving us the game. Telling our stories, telling us what's going on around the world. You know, when you turn on TikTok, you're going to see something about, hey, man, they did something to such and such. This is what's going on. We are now controlling them. We need more YouTubers. We need more content creators, more foundational black Americans telling our story. We need to control our narrative. That is a cultural win, family. We need to defend our image. No longer will we let them tarnish our image and call us all thugs and criminals, gangbangers, or whatever they want to call us, minority. We are the majority. Ethnically, if we go ethnicity for ethnicity, we are the dominant society, really. So we must control our image. How do we want to be seen in public? How do we want to be seen in these spaces? How do we want to be seen on the internet? How do we want to be seen in a professional setting? We control our image. That is a cultural win. If you don't control your narrative, you'll be unalived in someone else's story. Your character will be assassinated. Our legacy is more than these stereotypes. Our legacy is deeply rooted in our resistance, deeply rooted in our ancestors, deeply rooted in us being on code. I'm not talking about race. I'm talking about ethnicity. That's where you're wrong. See, you don't even know the difference between race and ethnicity, brother. It's all about ethnicity. It's all about my tribe, my people, my lineage. That's what it's all about. Social wins. Economics, politics, culture, but without strong family, we lose. Social wins are fathers back in homes, marriages restored, safe communities policed by us. No nation thrives on broken families. Black family is black power. We have to reconstruct the clan, reconstruct the family. That's a win. That's a win for us. When we have when more of our kids have come from a strong family breed strong families, family. That's the truth. Those are wins. Those are wins. When we restore the man and restore the woman back in the home, when we figure out how to communicate with one another, when we restore the matriarch and the patriarch and put them on the same playing field, the same level, that's how we get a win, family. Those are wins. And these are all wins that we can control. We don't need no government to help us out with that. You understand me? We don't need nobody to help us restore our family. We can restore our own families. You understand? We can restore our own families. We can do it. That's a win. That's really black power. Power is in family. Power is in clan. Power is in the FBA Constitution. Power is in rites of passage for our children. Men and women should have a rite of passage. We shouldn't be letting them figure things out. We should give them the keys of the kingdom and teach them how to use the keys so they can thrive, instead of letting them go out there and paddle in the deep end, and many of them drown. Many of them don't make it because we didn't give them the proper keys. We didn't raise them in a society that they live in. We raised them in the ideology that we thought was right, but it's not conducive with what's really an actual reality in society. That's what roots. All this is a win for us, family. We have to go back to our roots, our ancestral power, and build up our family from there. That's what we got to do. The ultimate win, we know what that is. Dismantling the system. And now the deepest truth. The ultimate win isn't joining their system, family. The ultimate win is not thriving in their system, family. Because in order to thrive in their system, you have to turn your back on your lineage. You have to assimilate and become like them. You have to assimilate and think like them. That's what you have to do, family. I don't want money in the dominant society. I promise you, I don't want their money because I know what it's going to take. I know if I take their money, it comes with there's something attached to it. And the end game for them is they give me money and they control my voice. So they're going to prevent me from helping my people, because if I help my people, they're going to turn off my wallet. They're going to turn off my income. They're going to turn my TV off. That's what they're going to do. So why would I want to win in their system? The ultimate win is replacing it. Replacing it to a system where all foundational Black Americans can thrive. This current system is designed to oppress us. You can't reform what was built to destroy us. You can't reform what was built to destroy us. Our goal must be to dismantle systemic injustice and to replace it with true justice. True justice is a system where no one is mistreated and those who need help get it. The FBA Constitution, that's the start. The end goal is total sovereignty, family. That's the end goal. That's the end goal. So let's recap. A win is tangible, not systematic, not symbolic. A win is getting us all on code. All of us getting on code, that's a win. A win is adopting and living the FBA Constitution. A win is dismantling the system and building our own. And if you're listening today, know this. You are the solution. Support FBAcoin.org. Shop at muchoart.com where you can wear the culture. And by all means, man, stream my music on all social media platforms. Too Much for TV is laced with game. If you remember my last album, FBA Only, laced with game. Stream it, family. Stream it. We're almost at 10K likes, family. Get the likes up. I want to bring people up. I want to bring people up. I want to talk about it. I want to talk about it. Get the likes up to 10K so I can bring people up. People are waiting to come up, but y'all got to get these likes up. The reinstitution and reaffirmation of white supremacy is what it is. Why do I got so many tethers in here? Where my FBA family at, man? Where y'all at, family? Where y'all at? Are y'all letting the tethers dominate the comments? Jesus Christ. Don't y'all got something better to do than come to my live and be haters? Don't y'all got something better to do? Get the likes up, family. We're at 8.3K. 8.3K. Get these likes up, family. Get these likes up. Jesus Christ. So yeah, man, we now know what a win is. We know what the ultimate win is, and we know what wins along the way look like. These are wins for foundational Black Americans, family. These are wins. These are wins are tangible, not symbolic. There is none. FBA isn't a thing. Grow up and stop being scared. Look at these tethers, man. Look at these tethers, man. It's a shame. You should be ashamed of yourself, brother. Really, you should. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. All these negative comments. You should be ashamed of yourself. That's why you got to go back home. That's why you got to go back home, brother. That's why you don't belong here. That's why you don't belong here. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I believe you're a tether. I just believe you're a tether. I believe tethers do what tethers be lying. Tethers be lying. In disrespecting you, I honor my ancestors. Look at this. Look at this, man. We got the native. Is she a native? Is this a Native American? Is this a red Indian? This is a red Indian, the biggest welfare recipients on planet Earth, besides the YT. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves, man. Really. If you getting a handout from the government, shut your mouth. Just shut your mouth. Don't even speak. Don't even speak. Don't even speak. If you can't feed yourself, if you're getting money from the government to feed your family, shut your mouth. At least I ain't Jim Crow. Jesus Christ. You getting government cheese, aren't you? So I don't know. You and your $5 Indians, that look like y'all Italians and Mexicans. I don't know. I'm gonna digress. I'm not gonna let y'all get me there. I'm just waiting on these likes to get to 10K. Because I would like to bring some people up so we can have the conversation. Once we get to 10K, I'll bring people up and we can have the conversation, man. I'll be respectful. I'll be respectful as long as you're respectful. I believe in that. I'll give you a chance to speak as long as you don't overtalk the host. I'm the only one allowed to interject. I'll give you the chance to stand on business. Whatever you want to say it with your chest. You don't got to be sassy, but say it with your chest. I'll give you a chance. I'm pretty fair to a certain extent. Really stupid hat. Thank you, brother. I'm glad you think it's stupid because now I know you're a tether. So thank you for letting me know you're a tether. I like when people express themselves to where we know who is who. I don't want to be figuring out who's who. I want to know who my enemy is. I want to know who's against me. So I'll wear this hat everywhere I go. Because y'all think FBA is only on the internet. I wear this hat everywhere I go. And you know what I noticed? People know what it is. They're not saying, oh, what's this? They're starting to know. Hey, you're FBA? Yeah, man, I'm FBA. Right on. Or they'll be like, F you, nigga. I trip my wife out all the time because I wear this hat everywhere I go. And I be getting looks. I be getting looks. Hezekiah. I don't know what to say about you, man. I don't know what to say about you, brother, but you belong on the streets. I don't know. I don't know what to say about you, brother. I don't know. You must be Caribbean. I don't know. You must be Caribbean. That's all I can think about. You must be from the Caribbean. But somehow you either are over here with us being musty, or you're back in your homeland. You're back in homeland. Yeah, I can say a lot, man. I can say that you are a musty tether. I can say that. I can smell you here. Get ready to see a lot more FBA styles. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh, you know what I want to see, family? While y'all getting these likes up, I would love to see more of our people having clothing lines, because we do fashion. Listen, I don't want to wear Gucci. I don't want to wear Prada. I don't want to wear anything that the dominant society makes. I want to wear nothing but FBA inspired clothing. That's what I want to wear. I want my people I want to eat fine cuisine from FBA restaurants, 5-star fine cuisine from FBA restaurants. I want to shop at an FBA grocery store. Okay. I want to go to all FBA events. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want, man. That's what I want to support my people in everything. I want to buy FBA toilet paper. Somebody create some toilet paper with some FBA on it, and let me buy. I mean, make it unique, make it different, make it like soft. I don't know how you gonna make FBA toilet paper be like soft cloth, where it's not that hard stuff. It's just soft cloth, and I don't know. FBA bidet, I don't care. Give me something FBA. I want an all FBA construction crew. You understand what I'm saying? Lions Roar, man. Hey, send me a message, brother, because I've been trying to. I thought I locked your number in, brother. So forgive me. I posted a call yesterday. Send me a message again so I can give you a call today, brother. I'm glad you came on, Lions Roar. Send me a call today, or send me a message today so I can reach out to you, brother. Because I was looking for your number yesterday and I thought I had you locked in, but forgive me. So send me your number today so I can call you today. I want to be that's a win, family. A win is when I don't gotta travel 100 miles to shop at an FBA grocery store. 60, I don't have to drive 60, 70 miles. Okay, call me. Just call me. Just call me. Or I don't have to drive 60, 70 miles to an FBA grocery store. I want to buy everything from my people. I want money to stay in the black community. I want it to go back to where money didn't leave our community for 18 days. Can you imagine that? At one time, money did not leave our community for 18 days. That's like 2.5 weeks. Our people was getting to the money. That's what I want, family. I don't want to include Africans and Caribbeans. they gotta build their own stuff from scratch. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of helping them only for them to say, y'all don't need no reparations. I'm tired of helping them only so they can create an African Union and make the 6th region and try to Africanize all of us. I'm tired of that, fam. I'm tired of the disrespect. Somebody said, grow veggies and fruits, cook your own food, come to my cooking class here. Chef Bernie. I'm going to check you out, Chef Bernie. I'm going to check you out, brother. Let me see. Let me check you. Let me see. Send me a message if you can. I wanna check you out. I want to check you out. Send me a message. I believe in that, man. We do need to grow our own food too. Chauncey Lynch. I don't know, man. I'm afraid. Just by that last name, Lynch, I'm afraid to tell you what FBA means. I don't know, Chauncey. It means family first, build before you buy, accountability always. I don't know. They have exploited our ancestors enough. Let them vote on reparations from their... Yeah, let them vote on reparations. We had 9.4K, family. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. Or I'm just going to end the live. You know, I got things I got to do. If y'all don't want to chop it up, that's cool. We don't got to chop it up today. I said what I needed to say. I said what a win was. I said what a win was for FBA. Ownership is a win. Where was FBA during any period of time liberating black people? Well, you got your musty self up over here. We liberated you from your homeland. Our ancestors stood on business so your people can come over here, and you obviously didn't want to be in your homeland because you wasn't liberated over there. So that's one thing that we did. We liberated enough so your musty self can come over here. That my ancestors did that. When my ancestors fought, we fought for all people. We didn't fight just for us. We fought for all people. And now we switching it up. Now we gonna fight, but we only gonna fight for our people, and that's why y'all mad. That's why y'all mad, because we only gonna stand on 10 toes for our people. Okay, we had 10K. Shout out to Dr. No Job. Thank you, brother. Yeah, man, we standing for our people. So come on up here, man. I wanna talk to some of you haters. I really do. I wanna talk to some of you haters. Come on up here. Oh man, I love it when they're not afraid to come up here. I love it when they want to come up and say it with their chest and stop talking from the comments. What's up, HezeKiah? What's up, brother? You gotta turn your background down if you want to come up here, though, brother.
Good morning, bro.
What's going on in your background, man?
I don't have any background.
Why is it loud back here?
I don't have any sound on.
I don't turn that background down, brother. If you want to be up here, I'm gonna have to drop you in a minute. I want to talk to you, but you gotta turn your background down. There you go. Talk to me.
Yeah, look here, bro. I just heard of you people about 6 months ago.
You heard of what?
I don't know where y'all came from.
Okay, brother.
I don't know where y'all came from. I don't know what y'all represent. I don't know anything. Only thing it appears to be is if y'all are enemy of the black people.
So why does
That's
it
what it looks like from the outside looking
appear?
in, and that's why y'all receive so
Okay,
much negative energy
okay.
because
Who is
y'all have.
black
There's
people?
no infrastructure to. I've never. I did 20
Who
years in prison
who
straight,
is
bro.
black people,
I've
brother?
never heard of an FBA anywhere.
Who
I've been locked up
who
with dudes
who?
from New York, all across the
Brother,
planet, bro.
I'm gonna
I've
let you
never
speak,
heard of
brother.
an FBA in my life until
I'm
Trump
gonna
got
let you
elected.
speak, brother. But you got to stop being emotional. Who is black people? Who are you talking about? Who is black
Look,
people,
I'm not getting into the semantics, man. How old are you?
brother?
How old are you?
I'm 45, brother. Who is
Okay,
black
me
people?
too. I'll
Who
be
is black
46
people?
years old in December. So we're not gonna play the semantics. You know exactly what I'm saying.
No, I don't know what
Y'all,
you're saying,
I
brother,
don't know
because you've
who
been
you
in
people
prison. You
are.
have arrested development. You said you just got out.
Look here, brother.
So
I done forgot more than you know.
I want you to come back to 2025, and I want to catch you up
Look
to
here,
speed
man.
because that's why you probably
Who are
haven't
you
heard of
people?
nothing. You have arrested
Literally, who are
development,
you people?
and
Where
you
did you come from?
probably got, you
Bro,
probably
where
still
did
got
you
that
people
prison
come from?
mentality. I want to get you up out of that, brother. So let's have the conversation.
Who are
Okay?
you people?
Who
Who?
is black? Which black people are
Who
you
is
talking about?
FBA? Define FBA. Define it.
Brother, let me tell you what you can do, brother. If you don't know, because
Can you
I'm gonna tell you
define
right now,
FBA?
you can Google FBA,
Can you
brother, and it'll
define it?
pop
I'm
up.
talking to FBA, right?
Do you know
Can
how
you
to use?
define it?
Do you know how to use AI?
The
Do you know how to
people are
use? Yeah,
watching
of
you,
course,
bro.
of course, I can define it, brother. Of course, I can define it. But do
Define
you
it.
know? Do you know how to use the internet, brother?
Define
Or are you?
FBA
Have
out of
you
your
been?
mouth,
Did they
please.
let you? Did they let you use the computer in prison,
Can
brother?
you define
I
FBA,
can. I
please?
can. I can. I
Right
can.
now.
But I want to know: did they let you use the computer? Did you get a
Bro,
cell
can you
phone in prison?
define FBA for the
I
people
can,
right
brother.
now?
I can, brother. I can.
Okay,
I
I
sure
just want to
can.
know that.
I
I'm not
sure can.
interested in going down a rabbit hole.
I
I want to
sure
know
can.
what
I
FBA
sure
is.
can, brother. I sure can, brother. But you
Okay,
gotta
so
calm.
define it, please.
But you gotta calm down, brother. You gotta calm
Can
down,
you
brother.
please define FBA,
I
please?
can. I
I'm
can, but you
asking
gotta
you,
calm
please.
down, brother. I got.
You talk to me like I'm 5.
brother. When
Define
did you get
FBA.
out? Let me tell you
You're
that.
talking to a 3-year-old.
When
Define
did
it.
you get out? When did you get out, brother? When did
Bro,
you get
can
out?
you define FBA?
I will. When did you get out, brother?
Okay, I got out in 2021.
2000 what?
21.
Okay, and you haven't heard of FBA?
Never.
Okay, let me define it for you, brother. I'm
Okay.
a, I'm gonna define it for you. Foundational Black American. That's what FBA means. Foundational Black American. Okay, it means those who come from chattel slavery, those who were reclassified in this country from Negro, from Indian to Negro to Black. Those people who are not immigrants in this country. We are not immigrants in our homeland. That's what foundational Black American means. It separates us from other Black immigrant groups. We call them non-FBAs. So if you're Caribbean, you're not FBA. If you come from Africa, you're not FBA. But if your roots come from this soil, this lineage, you are a foundational Black American. Does that help you out, brother?
Okay.
You got a lot
Are,
going
are,
on in the
are,
background, brother. You wrestling with
are
snakes.
you finished? I want to respond to what you just said.
Respond.
Okay. Now, I'm glad you said what you said because now it gives me something to actually put my hands around. So I'm going to give you a little bit of history, brother. I'm from Pittsburgh, PA.
Okay.
I'm born and raised, 45 years old. I'll be 46 on December 18th.
Where's your family from?
My family, from far as I know, came up from the South, both sides of my family.
Okay, so
Both sides.
are you of this lineage that I'm talking about?
That isn't a lineage, brother. It isn't a lineage anywhere. It's not a lineage.
So,
It's just an idea that y'all created.
No, brother. It's a lineage. It is a lineage.
No, how's it a lineage, bro?
It is a
How?
lineage, brother. It is a
Where?
lineage. I just told you.
I'm
what
gonna
the
give you some
lineage
context,
from. I
right?
just told you where our roots come from, brother. I just told you
Okay, where I came from, I was born and raised in Pittsburgh, right? I
Sure.
can actually show you my lineage because I've done genetic testing twice.
Okay. So where's your lineage
Yes,
from, then,
so
brother?
my DNA actually comes from Africa. I have no meaningful DNA here in this country, and I can prove it right now.
Let me ask you this question, brother. Your lineage comes from Africa, right? That's what you're saying, right? Do you have any living relatives in Africa right now, brother?
I don't know.
Do
Why
you
is that
have any
relevant?
living relatives in Africa?
I don't
right
know.
now, brother?
Why is that relevant?
That is relevant.
How? To
Because
what?
if you're using DNA, brother, you got to calm down. If we're going to have the conversation, you got to calm down, brother.
I'm just having a conversation with you, bro. I'm nice and
No, brother,
chill.
but
I'm at home. I'm
height.
chilling.
What does that mean? You got to calm down, bro. Listen, it means something because I also did my DNA, brother. I also have genetic markers that that go back to Africa. But think about this, brother. Let me ask you this question.
I'm gonna pull my
When did the
DNA up
term
right now. I'm gonna
when
pull it
did
up right now. We
brother,
ain't gotta play around with
pull
it.
it up,
I'm
pull it
gonna
up.
pull it up
Okay,
right now.
pull it up. But brother, we got to catch you up to speed, brother. We got to catch you up to speed because you might be a rider. You just might be riding for the wrong team. I don't know. You might be riding for the wrong team. But let me school you on DNA so you can get caught up. If you
Yeah,
do
I'm gonna
not
pull this
have
up right
any,
now.
if
We ain't
you
gotta
do
play
not,
around with it. I believe in getting to the point.
brother, listen. If you don't have any living relatives traced from your DNA to Africa, you're probably not African.
How would you know? How would you
African,
know what? How would you know what's in my genetic
listen,
profile?
listen, brother. You've been in jail, brother. So I'm trying to school you,
How
trying to
would
catch
you know
you
what's
up,
in my genetic profile?
brother. Because you just told me.
No, I did
I
not.
said, do you have any living
I'm gonna show you.
relatives
What is
in
living?
Africa?
How would I know? And I've been born and raised here in
Because you
America.
got your DNA, right? Your DNA will
Yes.
tell you if you have living relatives, right, brother?
Yes,
That's
well,
your
actually, they
DNA.
got tools like that for. I'm gonna show you too.
Okay, yeah,
I'm gonna
man,
show you.
brother,
I'm gonna show you. Hold
I've
on.
seen DNA. I've seen DNA. I got my own DNA.
We ain't gotta play around with it. I'm gonna show you right now. Right
Brother,
now. We ain't
you're
gotta play around
quiet.
with it. I'm gonna show you.
Family,
Literally.
I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help your brother, but he don't.
Okay.
He
We
just
ain't gotta
talking.
play around with it.
He just talking.
Hold on. Let me flip my screen around for
He
you.
just talking, brother. You
Let me
can't.
let me flip my screen around
If
for
you
you,
want to show
please.
your DNA, show it. That's fine.
Let me
That's
flip my
fine.
screen. Let me flip my
Show it.
screen around. Hold on.
Show it. Show it. Let me put you on the big screen, brother, because we all want
Yeah.
to see this. Let me put you on the
Yeah.
big screen. Hold on, that's not what I want to do. Shrink it. Do it like this. Expand it like this. There we go. Pull it up. Don't give us your password, brother. Don't give us your password. But if
I'm
you
not
don't got
giving
any
you a
living
password.
relatives, if you don't got any living relatives, brother, living relatives in Africa, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Hold on. Hold
What
on.
company is this? What company
Hold
is
on.
this?
My Heritage DNA.
My Heritage
On,
DNA.
yeah, on here they have tools. They have actual tools on here that you can do public record searches and all, brother.
Yeah, do public record
I got
searches.
family members that I can connect with right. I'm gonna show you some
Yeah,
of my family
exactly.
members right now.
Where are your family members from? So yeah,
I'm
show
gonna
me
show
your
you some
family
of my
members.
family members that's in the database
Show
right
me your
now.
family members.
People that you can actually contact right now.
Is he African?
I don't know what he
Is
is.
any of them African? Because those
I
look
don't
like
know what he
Americans
is.
to me.
I
You
don't know
got
what he
white people.
is.
Look at you. Got some white. You got some straight up white tea folks that you
Yeah,
connected
you
with.
probably got some too.
I don't. I don't have any
How
white
would
tea
you
people
know?
because
How would you
I did
know?
my DNA. I did my DNA. I
Okay,
did
then
my
put your
DNA.
stats up. Put your
Brother,
stats up. We ain't got to
brother,
speculate about anything.
brother. I've looked at all my family members, all my DNA tree, and I have no YT people in my tree.
Okay, I would love to see that. I would love to see it.
No YT people
I've been
whatsoever in
born
my
and raised
family
here in
tree.
America, brother. I have no meaningful
My
DNA in this
family
country.
tree, my living relatives, down to my 8th cousin are all black. So you might be African, brother. Shout out
I
to
am.
you. You African.
Yes, very.
But
Never been to Africa a day in my life.
I got you. Where if you got all these markers in Africa, where's your living relatives from Africa? Show me
I
that.
don't know, brother. That's part of me doing my DNA. That's part of the journey.
Show me how long has it been since you did your DNA, brother? How long?
What you mean? I just did this months ago. My wife and I both have done them.
Okay,
2 kids.
Months ago.
2
Okay.
kids.
So you did it
My wife
months
and I
ago.
done 2 kids.
So brother, somebody from Africa should have popped up if you're African, brother.
What do you type? That has no relevance to anything, man. You're changing the subject.
No, I'm not.
It's a clever deflection. It has nothing to do with anything. Literally nothing. Literally nothing. It doesn't matter who I do not know in my family line. The point is, I'm trying to find where I am from. That's the point. That's
Brother,
it.
I'm gonna tell you like this, brother. If you don't find any living relatives from Africa, that doesn't mean you're African. Genetic markers are genetic markers, brother.
What are you
Africans,
talking about? That's absurd and ridiculous, man.
People from that continent circumvented the globe thousands of years before the YT man.
Okay, Africa's been coming to the Americas for over 16,000 years, brother.
Let me. Okay, exactly. So let me ask you this: when was the term Africa placed on that island?
Africa is a European term that comes from 𝗥𝗶𝗴𝗵𝗵𝘁𝘀𝗀𝗶cie
Okay, exactly. So what year was that?
I don't know. I've read the stories of Hannibal many a times, bro. I've read the story.
Brother,
I've
what
actually
I'm
read the
telling
story of
you
Hannibal.
is your
I've
genetic mark.
actually
You
read
calling
the story of
yourself an
Hannibal.
African that doesn't mean you're an African, brother. That doesn't
What
mean
you
you're an
mean?
African,
My
brother.
DNA is what it is, brother. It doesn't
Okay,
change.
that
Your
says
DNA does
Nigerian, right?
not change no
Hold on,
matter
time
where
out.
you
Look at
come
that.
from, brother.
Look at that. That says
Your DNA
Nigerian.
does not change.
Listen
I
up,
have no
brother.
meaningful DNA here in
Listen
America,
up,
and I've been born and
brother.
raised here.
Listen up,
I've been
brother.
born and raised here. This is
Listen
where
up,
my family
brother.
is located at.
Listen up,
Right
brother.
here.
Brother,
Right
you're
here.
just, why you so
I
hyped?
have no
Why you so
percentage of
hyped?
my DNA in
Why
this
you
country.
so hyped, brother? Why you so hyped?
Because I'm very energetic, brother. I'm very energetic. I'm high energy.
What
So
is
I
that
speak with
ancient
passion. I'm a
origin?
Sagittarius.
Hold
I
on,
have
hold
no
on, time out.
meaningful DNA
Hold on,
here
time
in
out.
this
What is
country.
that?
And I've
What
been
is
born
that?
and raised here.
Hold on,
I'm
brother.
45 years old.
Hold on. What is that ancient origins and the United States? What is that?
Ancient, let me click on her. Let me click on her so you ain't got to speculate about nothing. When I click onto the
Go
USA and
back to
Philippine tab, right?
Go
This is
back
what it
to the
does right
United
here.
States.
And it
Go back
shows
to
where my DNA has been at here in this country in the Asian part of my
exactly.
DNA. So what you can do is this.
So go
You
click
can
on
track
that
this
ancient
and you can
origin.
see the pattern of where the DNA moved at. If I wanted to know anybody was in my bloodline, I could check for my DNA matches and I can actually reach
And
out
where
to
are the
people.
African names
If
at,
you wanted
brother?
to do public record searches, look at what it says right here.
Okay, brother, I know how DNA works now. Now, what is
Okay.
this? Where is the Africans when you do the public search at, bro? Where? Show me somebody named Mfutu.
I don't need to know that. I don't
You
need to know
don't?
that. That's not my point of doing this.
You
You
don't?
understand that, right? My point is to understand where I come from. That's it.
Brother, where your ancestors come from? That's what I want. Let's go back
Africa.
to
Africa,
so
clearly.
Africa, your ancestors. What about your ones that was here in America? They not your ancestors either? What about
I
that
don't know
big
if
old
we're
donut?
related. We're
What
related.
about
I got
that big
family
old
all over the
donut
place.
that
What are you
says
talking
ancient
about?
origins that's in the United States? You don't want to know about that? Those
Look,
are your ancestors?
a part of heaven, a dialogue, brother, is to be able to give a response, a logical, reasonable, and rational response to any type of question that has been posed. All you're doing is running around in circles. That's it. You're not answering any questions. You're not
Brother, you're
saying
not
anything.
listening.
What I
Brother,
did is just pulled up actual
brother,
stats.
you're not
You
listening.
said nothing. You have
Hold on, let me bring
produced
up some more
nothing.
people on.
Literally.
Let me bring up some more people on, brother, because you obviously don't get
Okay.
it.
Yeah, please do.
Bring up some more
Please
people.
do.
Bring up some more people. Bring up some more people. I see y'all in the background. I'm bringing y'all up. I'm bringing y'all up. Let me bring up some people so we can help. We trying to help you, brother. We just trying to help.
I think I know where he coming from. Make sure this thing is off.
Go ahead, Lions, bro.
See, I did my DNA too, and what I found in my DNA is they gave me percentages that were from Nigeria.
We're having an intervention right now with our.
Can you hear me okay now? Can you hear me okay? Okay, so you have these percentages that are that they show you have some African DNA. Okay, I have that. But what Too Much is trying to say is this. They also give you a list of relatives all the way down to third and fourth and fifth cousins. But even though they showed some part of my DNA from Africa, I have no relatives whatsoever in Africa. None. All my is traced back to America. I had like one from Europe. So in other words, even Europeans, they can trace their DNA back to Africa. So it doesn't matter if they can just trace your DNA to Africa. It does not mean that you came from Africa. Because all humans originated from Africa.
Bingo.
But we are not from Africa.
Bingo.
That's all he's trying to say. He's not trying to disassociate you from Africa. He's trying to say, can't they also give you a list of people On your DNA, they give you a list of people, all the people that you are related to. If all those people that you are related to, and there are none showing in the continent of Africa, you are FBA. You are a fundamental black
Foundation.
American. You are from
Fake
America. You're
news.
indigenous, and this is your land.
Fake news. Can I respond to that, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You missed a couple points, bro. And
Okay.
you're a little bit all over the place. So I'm gonna bring you back home. This has nothing to do with emotion. You understand that? My journey started a long time ago. I'm only interested in facts. Just too much emotion that gets inserted into these type of conversations. I'm not interested in emotion. What I just told you are facts. My grandmother, my 82-year-old grandmother, who's still living right now, guess what she told me some years ago? Oh yeah, we Blackfoot and Cherokee. That's what she said. So I said, okay, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what. Let me finish, please. I didn't know what to do with that. I did not know what to do with that information. I did not know what to do with that information. I just want to continue, please. I'm telling you facts.
Keep talking, brother.
I can show you my great grandmother. Her name was Fannie Mae Cody Woods. That was her maiden name before she changed it. She came from the South. This is what my grandmother, who's still alive, told me.
Yes,
she
sir.
said, baby, yeah, we're black, but
Yes,
we
sir.
also got, and she didn't understand the correct terms at the time, but she
Right.
said Native American.
Right.
So I started like inquiring about these type of things and whatnot. And it wasn't no big thing to me because I understood that melanated folks literally have circumnavigated the planet because we've been here for
Exactly.
melanated folks have established different cultures
Exactly.
throughout the whole planet.
Even Europe, yes.
The whole planet, melanated folk. Africa is a new term, so I don't get caught up in the word African.
Right, right.
I don't get caught up in that.
African. You said
I do not get caught up, but it does not change the fact that I
You
am
said
who
you
I
come from
am.
Africa,
We're gonna use
brother.
dogs as an example,
let
right?
him roll,
You got
Too Much, let him
pit
roll.
bulls. You got all kind of shades of pit bulls, but it's still a pit bull. You understand that? You don't change who you are. No matter where you go, you are who you are. I have no meaningful DNA in this country because I am not from this country. It's that simple. My wife is Caucasian, very Caucasian. You know where her
Hold on, brother. I gotta mute you up, brother, because he's gonna keep talking. I gotta say this. I'm gonna unmute you and let you speak. But brother, did y'all see him just talk himself out of the truth?
Yep.
He was going down the path of the truth.
Yep.
Grandmother told him who he was.
He
and
switched
he went
horses.
right back to saying, first he said, I don't care about Africa, I'm not African. Now he's saying, I'm not from here, I'm from Africa. Do you see that? Do you, brother?
I seen
gotta,
it.
oh my God.
Yep.
And then he's laying down with a whole YT woman. God bless his soul.
Switched horses in the
Look,
middle
I
of
can
the
speak for
night.
myself, man. I was very clear in what I said. I was very clear in what I said. I can speak for myself. Y'all can't speak for me.
You can't
I'm very
make this
clear in
shit
what I
up,
said.
family.
I
You
have
can't
no
make
meaningful
this shit
DNA
up.
here in America because I am African. American isn't an ethnicity. It's
What?
not. It's a cultural thing. Literally, that's what it is. That's why my DNA goes back to Africa because that is the root. There is no such thing as an American. It's a made-up term. Do your DNA and see where you come from. Just check it. I don't care which one you look at. Just check it. Stop subscribing to all this nonsense. My grandmother told me one thing. My grandmother said, oh, we Native American. Come to find out I'm very African. Y'all need to stop chilling with this nonsense. Y'all saying a whole bunch of nothing, cuz. Y'all saying a whole bunch of nothing on these airwaves. And y'all need to stop with miseducating these kids.
Well, and moving to Africa, brother. Go help Ebro.
Look, I ain't never been to Africa a day in my life. Why is all my DNA there?
Well, why ain't you there then, brother? Because that's where you belong.
Why? I ain't never been to Africa a day in my life. All my DNA is over there. Why?
Why ain't you there, brother?
My DNA is there too.
All my DNA is from
Why
Africa.
ain't you there, brother?
My DNA is there.
I just want to understand.
But I'm not
Brother,
from
I
there.
want to understand.
You're indigenous American, right?
I want to understand
Let me see
why
your
you are
stats.
here.
I ain't believing none of y'all until y'all start showing DNA.
Brother.
None of y'all have any credibility.
Brother.
Literally none of y'all.
Brother.
Start putting up them DNA stats,
Woke
guys.
up on the wrong side of the bed.
Put up that DNA, please. Put it up. Put your stats up. You ain't got to speculate about anything. Put your stats up, cuz. Put Put them up,
Does anybody
please.
else? Does anybody else want to talk to this brother
Yeah, put your
I
stats
just
up.
want to make a
Does
We
statement.
ain't got
anybody
to
else got
speculate
some
about anything.
scholarship? Hold on, bro. I
Put your
gotta mute
stats
you
up and
up.
show where you
I gotta
from.
mute you up, brother. Hold on, brother. Go ahead. Go ahead, Ishmael. Ishmael. I'm sorry. How do you say your name again, beloved?
Ishmael, that's
Ishmael.
correct.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Yeah, grand rising to you, to the panel, peace and blessings. I just have a few things I want to add. So
Can you get closer to the mic because it sounds a little bit muffled, just a little bit muffled.
is this better?
Better, better.
Better.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So there's a lovely article from the New York Times. There's also a statement from 23andMe, who's currently going bankrupt. They actually filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. They're aiming to sell their business, of course, and this is in an attempt to maximize its value and profits. But one of the statements that they put out, which was very, very clear, is that DNA analysis in terms of genealogy is in fact novel. And so DNA does not completely determine a person's specific ancestry. It determines possible regions that are associated with someone's ancestry. But that can be, from more of a extended element. So, for example, when the brother Lion said that all humans are from Africa, right? Obviously, the out of Africa theory. Now, I want to break that down real quick. So, first of all, the out of Africa theory actually comes from, it's a derivative of Charles Darwin. It's also a derivative of different eugenics movements that have been happening for the last, I'd say, 150 to 250 years. So DNA has actually been used, and this is coming from the article from the New York Times, that scientists in Israel have demonstrated that it is possible to fabricate DNA evidence, undermining the credibility of what has been considered the gold standard of proof, both in criminal cases and in genealogy. Scientists fabricated blood and saliva samples containing DNA from a person other than the donor of the blood and saliva. So this proves that DNA is not a complete specific science.
Right.
Part of the reason why is because they only extrapolate a very small portion from the double helix test. And so that is usually a generalized extrapolation that can be, that can be fabricated, or even if it isn't fabricated, that can be taken from anyone essentially, and correlated to quote unquote the out of Africa theory, which I would remind people was invented by white people. So just do your research on that. Again, mentioning Charles Darwin and a couple of other folks, but collectively some YT people got together and said, "Hey, we found these bones, we found these mummies, and so everybody must come from Africa." What's really interesting about that, though, is when you look at cases like, for example, the Spirit Cave mummies, which come directly from Nevada, which we know is a state in the United States, those mummies are actually older than the Egyptian mummies by 5,000 years.
Wow.
And you can actually look them up. I can provide receipts on video here too for folks if they want to see my receipts. But those mummies are actually 5,000 years older than the Egyptian mummies, meaning that there were in fact Afro-Indigenous people, or rather melanated people here on this continent
Right.
that predate the Egyptian mummies that have been found.
Right.
So this idea that, and I would argue, of course, Earth is a melanated planet. So that would mean that anyone who is melanated, or excuse me, melanated people populated every inhabitable continent on this planet pre
Right.
Caucasian, pre-European, or what we would call the modern European, because even Europeans, for example, in Ireland, when you go back to the Irish Relay, which is around the 5th and 6th centuries, going into the 12th century, those people were dark-skinned people with blue eyes, and we know that blue eyes, I forget the exact gene marker, but those actually come from black women. It's a gene that actually originally comes from black women. So this idea that there are not indigenous melanated people to North America is just impossible, especially when you go to places like the British Museum, which have depictions of Aboriginals who are dark-skinned Aboriginals with coarser hair, depicted as the people who were found on this continent, specifically in this region, the North American region. Um, when it was discovered. And of course, you have different people. You have, the Moorish people came here, and then the Vikings, and then of course colonialists, and so on and so forth. So this idea that foundational Black Americans don't have some indigenous ancestry is just not true. We do. We have indigenous ancestry. In fact, when you look at the genetic profile for Black Americans, it's amalgamated. So it includes, but isn't limited to, African descent, but it also has a large portion of indigenous descent, European and Eurasian descent as well. And again, going back to, from an ancient perspective, those people were all melanated people. Those people were not what we would call the Caucasoid, right? So I'm saying all of this to say essentially that DNA is not an exact. In order to properly do uh, your family tree, you actually have to do your documentation and incorporate the amalgamative aspects of your DNA, which is not just Africa. It's actually very narrow-minded to just say Black Americans are Africans, because people who have been separated from Africa and gone through a process of ethnogenesis over the span of 100 to 150 years, it's impossible for them to just be the same people. In fact, you cannot pinpoint our genetic profile to one country out of any of the 54 countries on the African continent. And then,
Exactly.
in addition to that, yeah, and that's a huge point. I think people just want to like regulate it to just, oh, you're just Africans, but that, again, if we're using proper terminology, first of all, African is a misnomer. It is the colonial term for that continent. The proper term would be Kemet or Kush or 𝗥𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀𝘀𝗶cie which are the proper terms for that. So you would use one of those terms interchangeably, but then of course you would have to know specifically what region you come from in order to be able to appropriately label yourself. The other thing that I want to say is that you have people like the Melanesians, who I believe are off the coast of Mauritania. But anyway, you have people like the Melanesians. Those are your blonde hair, blue eyed, melanated people. And they have been separated from Africa for quite some time, and they themselves do not call themselves African. In fact, they will literally correct you if you call them African. So you actually have people groups across different continents who, yeah, derivatively may have come from Africa, but do not claim Africa because they've been separated from it for hundreds slash thousands of years.
Exactly.
And this is literally the
Exactly.
point that Black Americans are making, is that not only have we gone through a process of ethnogenesis, but that we have specifically gone through a process of epigenetics that has separated us completely from the African continent via culture, via language, via environment, and other genetic factors, not just DNA, not just
Right.
ancestry, but actual environmental factors in terms of the land. Then, of course, you have things like one of the oldest forests in the world is in Cairo, New York, and it's a 365-year-old forest. It has an ecosystem that has been around for, again, hundreds of millions of years. Um, and so, factoring that in with my earlier statement about the spirit cave mummies, it's very logical to say that there are ancient melanated people from North America who are indigenous people. And we do, in
Yes.
fact, descend from those people because those DNA genetic markers come up in our profile. And then the last thing that I would like to say is that Black Americans have anywhere from, I say 50, I think they said 50 to 75 or more DNA markers that make up their genetic profile completely, whereas the average African only has 3 to 5 DNA markers. And so that would mean that we would have to be a completely separate people from an ethnic perspective, not from a racial perspective, but an ethnic perspective, because race is a social construct, but ethnicity is a natural construct, which is what allows you to actually trace the bloodlines. And our bloodline would be completely different than the bloodline of the predominance of people on the African continent. Thank you for letting me speak.
Exactly.
Man, well said, man. That's why I love
Well
our
said.
Man,
articulate
thank you.
sisters, man. Thank you for saying that. I love our. I couldn't have said it any better, man. You said it 100,000 times better than I could say it. So I
Yes.
appreciate you coming up here and laying it down. I hope he received the message. I
That
hope he
was
listened to
awesome.
what you were saying and understood what was going on. He was walking around doing it in the back, so I don't know if he was really paying attention. But I can only hope that he got that game.
You can
Because I
talk to me
really
I got
directly, brother.
questions
I'm
for
right
him.
here.
I really want to help our brother, because he's most likely from the lineage and he just don't know no better. So
What lineage?
I appreciate you breaking it down.
Can
So
I talk?
everybody in the audience, I mean the comments understand. I hope you understand, brother. Go ahead.
Okay. Let me. Well spoken with the lady that has spoken. Very well
Mhm.
spoken. She hit on a lot of relevant points. So let me add some context with me personally. Part of me doing what I do is to understand, and that's it. I'm not interested in all the theatrics and all the goofy nonsense or nothing like that. My problem with FBA and these so-called indigenous folk is the attacking. It's like you can be proud of whatever heritage you get. I have no problem with that. For me, it's a journey for me. But when you go out and you start attacking people in a certain type of way, and I'm steady looking at, well, what about these white supremacists? Y'all ain't got nothing to say to these white supremacists? Why do you keep attacking people that look just like you? And we got real problems over here in this country. We got real problems that need to be addressed, but we keep arguing with each other about nothing. I'm not interested in arguing with my brother because I don't care what culture you subscribe to, because I understand that melanated folk have established culture all over this planet. I'm a well-read, educated man. I'm not interested in going down rabbit holes. What I'm interested in is dealing with white supremacy. That's what I'm interested in dealing with. Why? Because white supremacy got their foot all the way on our throat, and we ain't saying nothing about that. That's what I want to talk about. I'm not interested in arguing with my brother about nothing. I'm just not interested in it.
Can I see the DNA chart again? There was
That's a different live,
May I
man.
respond
Hold
to? May I
hold on real
respond
quick.
to you
Let me respond to Milton. Hold on real quick. I'm gonna let everybody respond to it. So you came in a little disingenuous, brother, because you already knew what FBA was. That's number one, but you lied. Okay. But you wanted me to somehow give you a definition that you can have a gotcha to. You brought out your DNA and you thought that was going to be a gotcha, but it wasn't, because our sister just articulated it. And you're coming in kind of hyper aggressive, brother. And I'm not even mad at you, brother. I like the warrior spirit, but you got to calm. I mean, we need the warrior spirit on the right team. So maybe I don't think you're clueless, but I'm going to assume that you're clueless of what's been going on and why we are stomping down on a lot of these people in the diaspora. The reason why we're stomping down, and we still fight, we still stand on business against white supremacy. We ain't never stopped doing that, brother. Never stopped. That's 100. We've never stopped.
That's
But
true.
we've noticed that we have a flood of tethers coming in. Tethers are not all Africans. Tethers are not all Caribbean. Tethers are not all non-FBA. Tethers are people who are sent here to undermine foundational Black American progress.
Right.
So when you have a group of tethers who tell you, I'm not Black, I'm Haitian. I'm not Black, I'm African. And they kiss butt to the YT man. They practice anti-Black hate. I'm gonna mute you up because I gotta.
Sir, I was going to say there's some feedback. Can you mute him respectfully?
When you got a group of these people coming in, throwing stones behind closed doors and in our faces, and we didn't check them. We didn't check them for like 60 years. We didn't check them. We were like, all right, that's just this dude. We just didn't check it, but it started to get louder. We went on things like Clubhouse when Clubhouse first came out, and we heard these fools from West Africa call us Akata. When you have Africans coming over here saying, oh, Black Americans don't have any culture, they're lost. You're a generic African. I'm a real African. I'm continental. You guys are lost. You're a slave. I came on. Listen, they say things like, I'm not Black, I'm African. I came in a plane. They came in chains. You got them denigrating foundational Black American achievement and saying things like, we didn't build this country. We didn't build anything. We're lazy. We like watermelon. We don't work hard. Niggas don't work hard. They're late. When we got them perpetuating this and we let it get so loud, they were like, what have y'all built in Africa? So we started asking questions. What have y'all built in Africa? They get quiet. What have you built in the last 400 years? They get quiet. What did the YT people, when they came over there and got some of us from there, not all of us, some of us from there, and brought us over here? What did they find? They didn't find anything established or built outside of Egypt. What have they invented that the world used? They can't find nothing. That they invented.
Nothing.
Nothing. But guess what? Guess what you do find? in slavery and out of slavery over
You find
50,000
George
years.
Washington carvers and all kinds of stuff.
Many inventions, many scholars, many foundational Black Americans doing the most and doing great and doing phenomenal things.
The cell phone,
look,
everything.
so why would I want to even want to say I'm from Africa? Why would I even want to say that I'm them when obviously I don't come from them who haven't done nothing?
They haven't done nothing.
That have built many things and made many contributions worldwide.
What are you talking about? I haven't built anything.
What have
you
they
understand?
built?
Africans built this country. What is wrong with y'all?
Who built this country?
Every period of liberation that has happened in this country has been led by the African. What is y'all talking about?
What African?
Name them. Name them.
What is you talking about?
Name them.
Every
Okay,
last from the plantation on up. What is you talking about? Where's FBA been at? Anywhere.
Name them, brother.
Anywhere.
Brother, you yelling doesn't change the fact. Name them.
Y'all are tripping.
Y'all
are tripping.
Brother, you gotta stop yelling and you gotta start naming names. I'm giving you the opportunity to prove yourself. Name them.
Yes. Educate us.
Look, I'm well too read to be entertaining this nonsense. I never heard of you people till Trump got in office. I never heard of you people till Trump got elected.
Family, he has no scholarship. I'm gonna tell you.
Let him tell us the African people the nation. I want to know.
Africans, stop muting my mic, cuz. Stop muting the mic and let me speak. Stop muting the mic. You want me to talk, right? Stop.
You're gonna calm down and answer the question. I asked you to name them.
Well, stop muting my mic. Stop muting my mic. This big all you gotta do is stop talking.
Mic is not muted.
All you gotta do is stop talking. I got the floor, right? All you gotta do is stop talking.
Got the floor, go.
Yes, you said Africans have done nothing in this country.
Can you name the ones?
Nothing. That's your claim. That is your claim. I'm asking you a question. I got the floor, right? I need you to stop talking. I need you to stop talking.
Why are you
everybody? You said Africans done nothing in this country. I'm trying to respond, but I need you to stop talking.
Okay, well, get to it. Get to the Africans.
Okay, I am getting to it, but y'all keep talking.
Okay, we getting to it, y'all. Let's listen.
Africans have done nothing in this country.
Go direct to it.
We literally built this country multiple times. What are you talking about? I never heard of FBA until Trump got in office. Never heard of
Africans.
Family,
elaborate. I'm sorry. Can you elaborate for me?
He's in the wrong room, family.
He's completely confused.
He has no scholarship.
He's confused. He don't know
he came
who
with
he is
proof on proof, and he hasn't proved nothing yet but showed us his DNA. Family, I just want y'all to look at this. I just want you. Annie's married to I don't want to say that he's married to a
grandmother told him where he was from.
I'm just saying, family. He left.
His grandmother told him where he was from.
His grandmother tried to tell him, but he don't want to listen. He want to think his grandma
tried to tell him. She tried to tell him.
I think when he said African, he's talking about the Africans that were brought over.
DJ, you're right. He's confused.
Feel like that. I think maybe that's where he was coming from.
Yeah, DJ, he's confused. He just don't get it.
To that point, this is where the scholarship is important, DJ. Okay, this is where the scholarship is really important because so there were 12.5 million people that were sold from the African continent during the transatlantic slave trade. Less than 4% of that 12.5 million came towards now the United States. And then between the years of 1790 to 1840, the population, the enslaved population was 700,000 and it grew to 4 million. Okay. You cannot do that with less than 4%, let's say roughly 90 to 400,000 people. That's only 400,000 people. That would mean that you would have the disease, the conditions, the barbarism, the brutality. There's no way that only 400,000 Africans came directly here and then populated in 4 million people. No, there would have to be some population, and there would have to be some population with actual colonial powers at that time, which there was. There were breeding farms. And here's where we get into the scholarship, right? Here's the problem and the flaw in his logic, which is not logical, okay? A large portion of those people were in fact indigenous people, Afro, or what they would call Afro-Indigenous people, right here. So
Who's
that
making
roughly
that
90.
noise?
Yeah, could you
Somebody's
mute
gonna
your
have to
mic?
turn the speaker off of that noise.
Yeah, could you
I
could
got
you
him. I got him.
so roughly that 90 to 400,000 intermixed with the population of Afro-Indigenous people here, and then were also forced bred by the European slash Eurasian population here, because you got to remember that people like the Chinese have been coming here since the 1600s. Okay, so now you're having this kind of amalgamated process happening. This is where you get ethnogenesis. This is where you get the creation of a new ethnic group, which is our ethnic group, which is the culmination of all of these things happening. Because you have to understand, when Britain said we're going to outlaw slavery and we're not going to allow slaves to be exported from Africa anymore, they were still taking contraband slaves, but
Mhm.
they just weren't calling it slavery. Right? They were going over there. They were still taking contraband slaves, and because the places like Britain and the UK in general is not completely landlocked, places like Brazil is not completely landlocked, and the Caribbean is not completely landlocked in the way that the United States is, they had access to these contraband slaves, which is why most of that population, of that 12.5 million that were sold, went to the Caribbean, went to Brazil, and went to the UK. Did not come to directly what is the United States. So colonial powers had to figure out a way to raise and widen the labor force. And they did this through breeding the indigenous people with that small population and then themselves. This is where you get the start of ethnogenesis, and this is where you get the culmination of our group. So this idea that we're just Africans, which is very disrespectful, because we don't live on the African continent. Africa is a misnomer. Africa is a geographical location. It is not a race. It is not an ethnicity. It's very disrespectful and it's intellectually lazy because you're not accounting for the large portion of Afro-Indigeneity that comes specifically from the North American continent and areas of the South, I'll argue, okay, because you have people like the Afro-Mexicans. Those people are descendants of the Underground Railroad. Then you have people like the Nova Scotians who actually have political designation descendants of the Underground Railroad. They have paperwork. Those are the group of people that Harriet Tubman, when she went to Canada, those are the descendants of those people that she took there. Okay, so that's the start of a diaspora kind of thing happening within our ethnic group. Then you have the Gullah, then you have the Louisiana Creole, and this is how it starts to expand and ethnogenesis becomes the process. And so that's the part that he's not accounting for. So when Black Americans are saying, "No, I'm indigenous. No, I am connected to the Aboriginal people of this land," they actually have a right and claim to stake that because there's literal bioarchaeological evidence to prove and documentation to prove, plus you have the span of years of reclassification to prove that they do in fact have that proximity and that it would have had to have been that way because there's no way that you are growing 400,000, just 90 to 400,000 to 4 million in the span of less than 60 years. It's not possible unless you're breeding with other groups of people, the indigenous people and the colonials. So I don't know what he's not getting. You cannot regulate an entire ethnic group that doesn't live on the African continent to just being African. We are North Americans. That is our continental identifier. We are Afro-Indigenous Black American people, Native Black Americans, as Dr. Claude Anderson says. And if he wants to be pissed about the whole delineation thing, then you go talk to the master teachers like Dr. Claude Anderson, who have been telling us to delineate from these people for 40 years. So let's stop with the bullshit. He's talking about being emotional, and I'm not gonna hold you. We can be emotional because we're human beings. If you're not emotional and you're a human being, you're a sociopath. But being logical, make sure that your emotions are backed by tangible substantiation, and you can prove what you're saying. If
Correct.
what you're saying is just hearsay and it's just indicative to you, I would argue that the needs of an individual cannot supersede the needs of the collective to which he or she belongs, or the very culture will die. And that is what we are doing as Black Americans. We are keeping our culture from dying because these
Right.
people are trying to come over here and co-opt it and cosplay it and disrespect it. And that's just it.
That's right.
That's it.
That's it.
Who is this down in the comments talking about there was 20 Africans brought over here?
Yes.
Too
Well,
much.
you
Can I
know,
say
Or did he
something?
forget a couple of zeros?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
Well, wanted to say peace and blessings to the panel. How are y'all doing? You bright, intelligent black people. One love to all of y'all.
Thank you.
I just saw an African chewing out another African, right? Because you know how the Africans come here. Oh, we're better than them. But the African told the truth, right? He was like, bro, look, if you compare apple to oranges and oranges, the average African is piss poor, where the average African American got bread 20 times the wealth. And if you compare the top 10% of the African Americans to the top 10% of Africans, they blowing us out of the water. So no, we're not better than them. We just didn't go through the struggles that they went to, such as redlining, Jim Crow, 3 strikes law, and all that racist crap that we had to go through in this country. So, man, that was pretty refreshing to hear them check each other. It really was. I land my plane.
Okay. Yeah.
They all know that. Some of them are just more ashamed than the other ones are.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I'm a black American. I know some people want to still identify with African American. That's your prerogative. I'm a foundational black American. But I'll say this. Listen, we would be 20 times more successful had there not been white supremacy or Jim Crow or redlining or them destroying our banks, right? Integrating us into this, lack of a better word, devilish society. You know, I don't know how better else to say it. We had way more respect for one another. We were way more. We had way more unity. You know, even though we're getting on code now and we're unifying now, we had a sense of brotherly and sisterly love for one another. We looked out for each other. We looked out for the children in our neighborhood, and we've actually been watching that get watered down. The family structure become watered down through integration and through them stripping us from being able to police our own neighborhoods, giving us consequences when we try to discipline our children. So in spite of all that, a lot of us have still become millionaires in this society, successful, achieved great things. In spite of all that, we still invented and continue inventing new things and bringing new ideas and bringing innovation to the table. We are the real innovators. Nobody innovates like foundational black Americans. Nobody innovates like us. People are trying to get that. The main reason why they try to scare us into thinking they're going to take us off this land, but they'll never take us off this land, because wherever land we go to, our innovation comes with us. Our technology comes with us. Our genius comes with us, and they don't want that in anybody else's hands. They don't want that.
Always say that when they try to say we up next for we gonna be deported. First of all, they don't have anywhere to deport us to, and as long as they send us wherever they're gonna send us all together, we're gonna turn that place up just how we did America.
I mean, it's just what it is.
Too much. Detroit, did y'all ever watch the sports before they let us play sports with them? How bland and how slow and how it just sucks, bro.
Yeah, from food, their food was bland. We put our seasoning on it. Everything we touch, we bring the seasoning.
They had no American.
You up here lying.
We bring the spice.
You up here lying. Y'all a hate group, man. What's y'all problem with brown folks?
Explain why we're a hate group.
Y'all is a hate group. What's the problem?
Don't keep saying the same thing.
Why are you coming up on an FBA panel saying that? Why don't you go say that on a panel that will receive it, brother?
Y'all against brown folks.
What acts of FBA committed?
Y'all ain't gonna get back to y'all ancestors.
I don't think he has eyes. I'm pretty brown, my guy. I'm pretty brown, my guy. My skin color is brown.
Y'all paper policing brown folk, telling Jamaicans they ain't black, Haitians they ain't black. Y'all
that's a color, man. We're not talking about a color.
Hold on, Lion. Can I get him real quick? This is the truth, yo, Roman. I'm gonna get you real quick, right? You missed the whole conversation that I opened with, right? Our top 10% makes in the trillions. We crush your whole continent. We crush your whole island. Our bottom 51% has more wealth, has more wealth, has our bottom 50% has more wealth than all of
Y'all looking
Jamaica. See,
for a
the thing
government
is,
handout that
no,
sound
no,
like to me.
hold on,
Y'all ain't
hold
getting
on,
no
hold on,
fucking
hold on,
reparations.
You
hold
mean
on,
Trump's
hold
not
on,
giving
hold
you
on.
y'all
got way
none.
more than
Hold
we
on, let
do.
me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. See, we didn't pick this fight with y'all. Y'all came over here acting like
We
y'all was
came
better
over.
than us, and now we checking you. We're checking you because you're
Just
not
drop
better
it.
than
We're
nobody,
gonna
bro.
get
You're
rid of
trash.
time wasting troll. That's a troll, family. He's just a troll. We're not even gonna entertain time wasting trolls anymore. I mean, his anybody that comes in like that, you know what you know what their agenda is. Their agenda is to try to pull the lie down. Their agenda is to try to get one of us out of our character so we can
Hmm.
smash down on them and get the lies
Right.
done.
Get the
Hey,
live.
too much, bro. How come you ain't hit my DM yet? You ain't called me. We ain't spoke. You and I,
Brother,
we 40 miles apart,
we gotta
bro.
chop it up, brother. We gotta chop it up, man.
Bro,
My
we
fault.
are
My
40
fault.
miles apart, bro. I'll
I
come out
got
there
you,
and
my guy.
barbecue for you, bro.
I
We gotta
got you,
eat,
my
bro.
guy. We got to. We got to. Man, hey, brother, we got to. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
I'm coming
I'm a,
too then.
I'm coming too much.
man. Listen, y'all come. Y'all come. Everybody, listen. I love my people. Y'all welcome. Y'all welcome, man. We gonna chop it. We gonna do a retreat one of these days. We gonna plan a retreat and we gonna kick back and we gonna chill and we gonna do it the way we do it.
The way we
Okay.
do it.
We're gonna do it the way we do it. I promise you.
Listen,
That's a promise. That's a promise. I'm gonna hit your DM, brother. I promise you. Matter of fact, hit me. I'm gonna hit you back, and we gonna set something up, brother. You're right. We only 40 miles away. Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
Oh, where he at?
We in
Where's
LA.
he at?
I just
On
wanted to say something
Riverside.
about the brother that just dropped. What he doesn't understand is that we have no hate or mal intention towards them. And they're looking at this word, and they don't understand because I guess they haven't studied. That term black is, I know we use it now, but it's a color. But you can't just say you're black because we're talking about a culture, we're talking about a people. He's just thinking like, okay, I'm like you, I'm the same color as you. That's not what we're talking about. And he's completely confused. And it reminds me of something
You know what it is?
it reminds me of this Paul saying, study to show yourself approved, or just
Yeah.
learn, be quiet.
Yo,
This
Lion,
isn't
I ain't
really
gonna lie to you. If it was up to them,
Uh-huh.
if it wasn't for us, because we made being black cool
Right.
globally.
That's why they
You
want to
know,
be
we
that
we
now.
picked them up globally so much that they come over here and they try to pretend to be us.
I
We
know.
don't try to pretend to be them.
We don't want to be
You know what
nobody
I
but
mean?
us.
Right? They come over here and they try to
Mhm.
attach to us and try to blend in with us and they cosplay us.
Right.
If we were such horrible people and we weren't worth anything, then stay where you at and be you.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm gonna
If
stay
they
over
weren't
here and I'm gonna be
attached to
me.
us, they wouldn't have no sense of racial pride. Their whole sense of racial pride is attached to
But it's not racial
foundational Black
pride.
Americans and
It,
our
it,
accomplishments and our success.
Do y'all
but
know
What?
it's
about the
not. It's
daishiki?
not racial pride when it's parasitic. And this
Do
is the
y'all know
reason why
about the daishiki? I'm sorry, I'm gonna let you speak your friend.
Oh,
Do y'all
that's
know about the
American.
daishiki?
I do know
Do
about
y'all
the
know if we
dashiki.
didn't
How
wear
it's
the
worn by.
daishiki, they wouldn't be wearing the daishiki? Do y'all
Exactly.
know?
How are we wearing more African attire in
We
Western
Oh, I
wear
thought you
culture
meant.
we wear
than
more
y'all are?
African attire than they do.
Exactly.
Wait. You talking about the Africans from Africa?
The
Y'all
Yeah.
wear
Africans from
Yeah,
Africa, we
yeah.
Over here
wear
in
more
America.
of their stuff than they wear of their own stuff. That's a
Especially in
fact.
the 80s and the 70s.
Even
mm,
now.
We made it culturally popping
And,
to
and
walk around with the Afro.
in
Remember
other,
those little
it,
koofies everybody used to be put on? Remember Queen
yeah,
mm-hmm,
Latifah? We made that.
Those
mm-hmm.
We made that
medallions.
pop.
yeah.
Uh,
They were dressing like they were wearing shirts. They were dressing like we dressed back in the 20s and the 30s. That's how they were dressed.
And I noticed you'll see
They
more
still
African
dressing like
art
that.
in Black Americans' houses than you'll see in Africans' houses. Like African sculptures and African art, you'll
Yep.
see a lot
right.
of it in Black Americans' houses. You'll rarely see it in
Yep.
African houses.
You won't see it in their house. Let me tell you, if you pull up old pictures of their parents, they're dressed. They're not dressing no daishiki.
It's because they're ashamed.
They
They're the
are.
ones dressing like that today. They dress
They
like
are.
that now.
Yeah, they're ashamed because they've let so many people come on their land and take their diamonds and their gold and their, But I've been over there myself. Too much has too. So I had a different view of Africa. The places I've been, man, their malls, some of their malls would look better than our mall. I'm telling you, I was blown away. I wanted to move there.
That's true. That's true. I won't deny that. They got some nice malls out there.
They got some nice stuff over there.
Who built the malls?
Now
Probably the Asians.
yeah. Now can they get up in there and buy? Now when you walk in the malls, you see a lot of Middle Easterns,
That's right.
a lot of
Mm-mm.
a lot of white tees
That's right.
in those malls because those are American prices that they're paying for that stuff in those malls.
Right.
So those malls are there, but it's not really for the people. They go shop at the regular market. You know, they go shop at the secondhand. You know what I'm saying? That's where they get their stuff from. Now, if you got money, if you're like a doctor or you're a politician, yeah, you can walk up in there. But are those malls nice? Oh yeah, man. Y'all have not seen a mall till y'all go to those malls in Africa.
I'm telling you.
Really?
And you see Africans working there.
They work.
But you don't see a lot of Africans.
You don't see them shopping.
Money or shopping there. You'll see a few.
Everywhere.
You'll see a
Even when
few.
you go to the Caribbean. I've been
What's
to
up,
the Caribbean.
what's up, Wolfie?
And that's literally that you see that, like, they're working, but they don't own the stuff there.
Nope.
Like it's
And
really
that's why they
unfortunate.
always want to identify with us.
African neighborhoods, and I've seen the real estate brokers and stuff selling those houses and stuff like that. I've seen that.
Yeah.
You know, in Africa, and you know, I don't like the way they build their houses. They're black, but they have them. I've seen that.
Because it's kind of strange, but when I went over there, the African people, man, they were old, man, they were lovely. But it's these ones that come over to America that try to, I don't know what it is, because all the people I met over there, man, they treated us like gold. Like gold. They treated us like gold.
And we don't disrespect them when we go over there either.
No, we don't.
We don't put them down. We don't do. We rock with the culture over there as they present it and live it.
Right.
Then when they come over here,
That's exactly why I appreciate when people have the good sense to say to people that everyone is not a tether. That tethers are people who infringe upon the culture, who infringe upon our people, who infringe upon our identity.
Right.
And rather than everyone, like, we're able to compartmentalize between the different. So when people say things like the young man said earlier, it's kind of like you don't know what you're talking about. You're being, like, I hate to say you're being emotional, but you're being irrational. Is actually the proper word to say. You're being irrational because you're emotional and not able to think logically. Because this isn't about hate. This is about delineation. This is about, and that's why I keep reminding people about Dr. Claude Anderson. We have people who are in our community and have been in our community since the days even of Booker T, who have been like, y'all need to delineate from these people.
Yeah.
We are not these people. I know y'all seen that video of Muhammad Ali talking about how he went into the diner and there were two African men with their turbans on, and they were allowed to sit in the diner and eat. And when he asked why he couldn't sit in the diner and eat, they said it's because why they couldn't, he couldn't. He said it's because they're not Negroes. Did y'all see that? Yeah, he literally gave an interview, 1976, on ABC. ABC.
And what did he say?
Muhammad
Ali
say?
Oh yeah, I saw the interview. Yes, I did.
He literally sat. It was 1976.
Let me hear her.
He won a gold medal. So it was so great, you guys. When I watched it, I almost.
You sound like you're underwater.
Can you hear me now? Better.
Can you speak like a little bit closer to the mic? Because it always sounds a little bit muffled, but we can hear you. But
it's my headphones. It's my headphones.
Go ahead and let her finish about Muhammad Ali, because Muhammad Ali is my baby. So let me hear what you
Okay, can you hear me now?
No.
Oh,
you got a little bit muzzled, a little.
Can you hear me now?
Oh,
that's much better.
That's better.
Perfect.
All right, sorry. It was my headphones, you guys. I have really shitty headphones. Anyway. So
Okay, so what
so Muhammad
Muhammad
He's
Ali
Ali,
getting
say?
much
Muhammad
better.
Ali,
Much
Muhammad
better.
Ali gave an interview in 1976 on ABC News. The interview was with this guy named Tim something. But give me a second and I'll look it up. But Tim Blue was his name. He had an interview, Tim Blue, ABC's This Day Tonight. It was like this huge segment on ABC or on ABC Network, right? And he said
Okay.
he went to this diner, wanted to order a cheeseburger, 2 cheeseburgers and some fries. Before he goes into the diner, 2 African men went in. They had their turbans and their shawls on, their robes on, and they went in. They sat down. They were served. He went in. He asked, "Hey, can I get 2 cheeseburgers?" She was like, "We don't serve. You can't eat here." And he was like, "Why not? They're eating here. Why can't I eat here?" And she said, "They're not Negroes, so they can eat here."
Wow.
And so he said, "All right, well, I'm going to leave. I'm going to go get a gold medal. If I'm going to get my gold medal, then they have to let me eat there." So he goes back after he wins his gold medal and walks into the diner. And once again, he sees Africans eating in the diner. And he says, "Can I get 2 cheeseburgers?" And she goes, "We don't serve Negroes here." He goes, "That's fine. I don't eat them. Can I just get 2 cheeseburgers?" And she turns around to the cook and she says, "Hey, it's Cassius Clay. You know, he wants to eat here." He said, "I don't care who he is. He's a Negro. Negroes don't eat here." So, like, there has always been
They always knew
history.
it.
There's always been a separation there that people don't want to talk about because part of this is people don't want us to know who we are and have autonomy. Because if Black Americans had the power today to take back everything that we created and say, "This is ours, we can't do it anymore," and and we could actually do that overnight, right?
Right.
What would people have?
The world wouldn't have nothing.
The world would not function. Like stoplights, traffic. It would affect every
It wouldn't function.
of
That's why
people's
they
lives,
mad,
literally every
because
way. So I'm saying this
70%
because you got to remember the things that our people invented and created. We didn't just have them here. We went into other countries to
right.
provide those inventions to those people there. You can look at Lewis Latimer, who created the carbon filament in the light bulb.
Yeah.
And he went and took his invention to London and opened one of the largest electric companies in London at the time, and like lit up all the street lamps. And you can still go to London right now and see his invention right there, lit up.
And they sit there and say we did nothing, but 75% of your household is literally Black American.
Black
And they want to
You are
reduce us to picking
everyone is
cotton.
in a Black American household. Everyone in
Everyone.
America is
That's
in
why
a
that
Black
whole picking
American
cotton trope
household.
is so old and outdated and uneducated.
Yep.
There
Yes.
go my baby. That's my Muhammad
That's
Ali.
I think she
yes,
got
that's
the
that's the
That's my
interview.
baby.
That's
He
the
stayed
interview.
on their
Wait a
behind.
minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute.
Love
Guys,
him.
can I say something real
I
quick?
miss him.
I don't want y'all to chop my head off, please. But
Uh-oh.
Donald Trump is playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers, and he just checked all of them foreigners coming over here trying to cosplay as us. If you ain't a true blood American, you about to get the boot.
What did he
Like, for real.
say? Did he say something today? Did something happen?
No, he passed that law to where they better act right or get the hell on.
You just said how
Like
Trump is
everybody,
behaving.
my
Who he
birthright
talking about?
citizenship.
What you talking
You
about?
just said
Well,
how
what
Trump
is
has
he?
been behaving
Hold
in
on now,
general.
don't
I think
talk.
he's in
Listen,
office.
hold on, sir. I don't know if you've read the room. We got 120 people in here. This is a highly educated group of people. You got to be able to articulate yourself. You up here
No, because
saying a lot of
I'm at
half
no no
sense.
no 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 no. I'm at work, so I can't talk.
Okay,
Fully.
so you
But what?
saying he
Hold
passed
on,
the
hold on.
bill that
Okay,
said
hold
that they got
on.
to act right
Yeah.
or get
Okay.
on.
So
Get
okay. So hey, how do I say this? You know he
Can you
kicked the illegal immigrants out, right?
hmm
Yeah.
And now he's going after everybody that's coming over here and disrespecting the true blood Americans. And the Democratic Party has said that he's talking about just the Caucasian variant of this, but in his hindsight, because his best friend was Muhammad Ali and his other best friend is Mike Tyson, he's calling the Caucasian and us as true blood Americans. The people
alrighty?
that's coming over here with this nonsense their welcome mat is getting snatched from up under them because they came over here on some nonsense. So when people say Trump is a racist, he's absolutely not.
Did y'all hear about that Nigerian lady who got her visa revoked before she could come here because of some stuff she said on her social media?
I sure did.
I heard about that too.
Did y'all hear
Yeah,
about that?
I sure did.
I don't think Trump is any more racist than the average white tea person.
Yeah, facts. We've
That's
seen this type
Well,
of
why don't he
racism
do
before.
something about the unalive and still of our people by the tree?
I'm not gonna have
Currently,
my hand up longer. Y'all see I'm
okay.
holding the phone.
Go
Why don't
ahead.
he do something about that?
Go ahead, play it.
Yes, please play this.
They couldn't speak English. I heard the man say, let him in. We couldn't eat was big black man in the southern city or one of prestige or wealth. I could be treated different, or maybe I could have powers to open doors. At the time, it's much better now, but at the time in 1958, we couldn't eat in the restaurants in Louisville. We couldn't eat downtown. One day I saw two Africans go in with their robes and their turbans. They couldn't speak English. I heard the man say, let him in, they're not Negroes. I said, something's wrong. I can't say it's because I'm black, because they're so black and they're blue, but they went in. So I said, well, I get my Olympic gold medal, then I'll go in. I went and got my gold medal, went back in, ordered 2 cheeseburgers, and they said, sorry, we don't serve Negroes. I said, I don't eat them either, just give me 2 cheeseburgers. And she said, you getting smart. She called the manager and he said something about, I don't care who he is. She said, Cassius Clay, I don't care who he is. Anyway, the motorcycle gang came in and we had this fight, you read it. But the idea was I couldn't eat there, so I got so angry. I drove to the Ohio River and stood there and looked at the gold medal, and I could imagine that American flag waving when they played the national anthem when I beat the Pole and the Russian. Dun, 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 dun. And I'm standing at the medal on. Dun, 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 dun. I said, well, I'm going back to Louisville, and I can eat now. I can go in the restaurants, put them on the spot. They can't put me out now. I'm the champ of the world. I'm in a big country like Rome, representing the United States, one little city named Louisville, and now I done beat the whole world. Boy, dun, dun. They put me out of that restaurant. I said, this medal ain't worth a damn. I've become so frustrated. Now I wish I still had it because I wouldn't become as frustrated now. But at the time, I took that medal and said, it ain't worth nothing. I don't care. I took it off my neck, said, it ain't no good. They throw it in the Ohio River. Muhammad Ali, we're rapidly running out of time, but
Yeah,
You
and
want to
this
know?
also proves, I want to add, this also proves that YT people know the difference. So when people say that they don't know the difference, that is not true. They know the difference. We're talking
Oh yeah,
about
they know.
a group of people who have become so good at being savage barbarians, okay, that they created things like MK Ultra and COINTELPRO and Operation Chaos. So don't tell me that they don't know the difference. Because
Not only do they not know the difference, they say that they don't treat us any differently when they encounter us, and that's also a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Lie.
Mm-hmm. What I think is so interesting is that I'm really starting to understand that when FBA or ADOS or Americans, when we would go into other cultures, events and stuff, I think those people really thought we wanted to be them. Like they didn't understand that we as Black Americans, we always saw ourselves as guests in their spaces, at their events, at their festivals, at your restaurants. We saw ourselves as guests. We weren't trying to be you. We weren't trying to imitate you or abandon our culture. Like we were just enjoying what you brought forth, and then we leave and go back to our home, our culture and our way of living. But now the way that they talking, I'm sitting back and I'm thinking about my past, and I'm like, these fools really thought that we were envious and wanted to be them when we was around them.
Nobody wanted to be them.
But that's what they think. They had to think that. Like, think about what they saying now and how they so shocked at us, saying like, nah, we love ourselves. We love our culture. We love our people. They like, what? Like, What are you shocked about? We always, if we went to an African festival, we were observing them. We saw ourselves as guests in their spaces. We weren't trying to be them.
That's all. So true. We ain't never tried to be nobody because we already had everything anyway. We already got everything. I mean, we're the funniest comedians. We're the best. I wouldn't even watch sports if we weren't in it. I would have
No,
I would
that's
have
the
no
reason
desire
why.
whatsoever to watch a football game or a basketball game if it wasn't one of us in it. Why would I
That
watch it?
And that's the hard
that's the
reality that they
reason
finna
why.
find out. The NBA,
Honest,
the NFL, they finna find out. I'm sorry, Amara. I'm finna go ahead.
honestly, that's the reason why I stopped arguing with them, y'all, because I had an epiphany and I came to the realization that the reason why, like, it's a waste of time. You ever sat down, you ever see a DRUG addict and looked at them and wondered like how they got there and like why they don't get up and get their life together. It's like, no, I'll never understand because I've never been, that's not my cross to carry. Our cross to carry is not there. They will never be able to understand what it's like. Listen, the epitome of their life is to leave their country. Sit and think about that for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine being told your whole life
That's
the
an
epitome
excellent point.
and the goal
That
is
is an
to get the
excellent point.
heck out.
That is an excellent point you made.
Wow, it is. That gives really good, like
That's
all
That is
around
a
not our
very
that's
perspective.
not our
excellent.
goal. We're not working.
Can you
Hold
repeat
on.
that? I didn't
Hold
catch
on.
that. I didn't
What I
catch
That's
the
said
point you
an
made.
excellent point she just made, man.
Can you
what
repeat it? I'm sorry. I
what
wasn't. I was.
it's fine. What I said is that the reason why they'll never understand us and it's a waste of time trying to have a dialogue with these people is because the epitome of their life is to leave their country. That's not our end goal. Our
Wow.
end goal is not to leave our country.
Wow.
So we're not even working towards the same things. We're not even viewing things the same way. We wouldn't even be able to comprehend the same situation the same way because our end goals are not the same.
Wow.
Yes.
And I
That
want
is
to add
powerful.
on, if you don't mind. It's gonna go real fast, but you can see that these non-black Americans, but black in America, are delusional
Mm-hmm.
at this moment.
Yes.
Because as we say that we're gonna boycott the Africans braiding shops, the Africans businesses, because the Africans been disrespectful. The Africans, we heard the Caribbeans, but we said we was gonna start with the Africans. You got Africans making so many think pieces saying do it now, and then they making also think pieces saying that we're gonna, if black Americans come to that braiding shop, we're gonna deny them services.
Let's
Yeah,
see how that turned out
faster
for
way, faster way is 100%
No,
a faster way to get that business shut down.
we're not
I
gonna
love it.
go.
I love it. I want
I
them to.
love it.
I want for people to have I want them for them to have they moment. Okay, y'all know what moment I'm talking about. They need to have their moment, so that they can understand, where we stand. Like we've always supported them, and let's keep it real. The issue is reciprocity. The problem that Black Americans are having with Africans and Caribbeans is reciprocity. They
That's the
know it.
problem we
We
have with
know it,
everybody.
and I expect that from YT people. I don't expect any reciprocity from them. I don't
Right. They
expect
don't give
reciprocity
I'm
nobody
from some
saying, but from
people.
the African
takers.
community, the Latino community, the Asian
From
community, the
I expect it from
Palestinian
them.
community.
Yes. I have not anymore, but there was a time where I expected it from them because I thought, oh, we all people of color. But I realized that is not true. That's just not. We are not people of color. We're Black. Okay, they're not Black. And I don't, and nobody is going to convince me otherwise because I don't. When we talk, first of all, Black is not a color; it's a shade. That's number one. But number two, Blackness is about culture. It's about essence. It's about identity. It's about customs. It's about art. It's about language. It's about everything that we are. Like, you know what I'm saying? People you can't immigrate into that. You can't. So anyway, I'm saying all that to say that this is why, to Amara's point, it is futile because we're not even on the same level. We're not on the same vibration. We don't have the same goals. We don't want the same things. And we are just now realizing that We should have been listening to Dr. Claude Anderson. But also, Black Americans are the last ones to arrive at the delineation party because everybody delineates. They're just mad because we're doing it. And now that we've arrived fashionably late, nobody wants to party. And it's because they don't have what we have. They aren't bringing the party favors that we're bringing, okay?
We on CPT.
We on CP time. Hello.
We on CPT time. That's what they mad because we just not waking up.
Funny.
Look how they do their think pieces. My last thing about they think pieces. If they fill up, if it's 100% Africans on the basketball court, if it's 100% Africans or Caribbeans in the NFL, do you think they're gonna have the same money?
No.
Do you think they're gonna have the same culture and respect?
No.
Do you think that we're not gonna boycott and stop watching?
I can't wait for
Well,
us
they don't
to
even
have
understand
our
how
own
all of this
league.
stuff is even connected, like the
We are the
sports, the
culture. This is
entertainment, the
our land.
politics.
We do. We need to separate. We
Let
need
me
to
tell
have
you
our
what
own
we've
league.
done.
I
Let
got a
me tell you
question.
what we've done.
Go
Hold
ahead,
on, I'm gonna say this real quick, and then I'm
I've
gonna
been
come to
listening.
you. Hold on, I'm gonna say this real quick, and I'm gonna come to you. Let me tell you what we've done. They thought that they could make us all one big Negro, and that we would accept it. We're starting to notice everything now. We're watching movies, and we're saying, "Oh, they're not Black American. Who is that?
Right.
Why would they play? Why would they bring somebody else to play us in a role that's about us?" We're noticing that. We're watching sports, and we can tell the difference from Coloco versus one of our names. We can know who's African and who's not. We're starting to know the difference because we're not accepting that one big Negro narrative that they're trying to push on us to what? They use them as a buffer class, and they use them as a tool to erase our culture. And now they thought, see, here's the thing, the dominant society thought it was a good idea, and then they realized, man, we don't like their culture. We don't want that culture in our country. And now they're like, man, we thought this was a good idea because everything. Remember, they spend more money integrating us than they do making money. They realize that if they realize, hey, we need to go back to making money because we're spending too much money trying to denigrate one group.
Yup. And it's a
that's the issue.
failure.
That's
Because we know
why.
who we are.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. In another live, somebody was arguing about the title FBA, like literally the title. And I came up there and I said, sir, this is your problem. You think that we don't know who we are. It doesn't matter what title you put on us. We're delineating. We have a mission. We're moving together. You could call us whatever you want to call us. We still know who we are. And the mission is moving forward. We are separating. So call us whatever combination you come up with. I don't even care.
Yeah.
We know.
We're not separating. We're separated.
We're separated. Right.
And
We
see,
still
that's the
It
moving.
already
problem.
happened.
And you know what? In our community, that's the problem. We not sticking together, and we need to stick together. I can't stress this enough. I can't stress this enough. We got to stick together. And I heard y'all talk about Africans and the Caribbeans, but the YT people, they look at us. They look at us like whether you Caribbean or African, you
Oh
still black.
God.
And
What's your ethnic background?
No, that's not true. That's not
What
true.
is
We've
your
already
ethnic background?
disproven that. We've already disproven that. They don't,
the
they,
YT
b-
people,
Hold on,
go
Titty.
ahead.
Did you not
What
see
is
the
your
video
ethnic
that was just
background?
played?
Let me tell you something. Y'all think that listen, YT people, they love to
Notice how she
act
not
like they don't
answering
know
me.
nothing. They love to
No,
play
I didn't
pop.
hear what you said. That's why I didn't answer you.
no,
What you say?
listen, too much.
Hold on.
I showed a video. Remember, I forget what town it is. I don't know if it was Colorado or Minnesota, wherever all of them Haitians just went recently at the beginning of the year. They had a town hall meeting. I don't have my other device on me right now. There was a YT man who was speaking at this town hall meeting and said that he had a problem because they were being called, the white tea people in that town were being called racist because they were having an issue with specifically the Haitian people, and the Haitian people were trying to portray themselves as Black Americans. And
That's
they
what my
But what they're
sister
knew
said.
saying,
that these people were not Black American. And because they were speaking out about the Haitian people, they were being called racist because the Haitians were portraying themselves as Black Americans. These white tea people know the difference between us.
Yeah, we
Listen,
been here
YT
longer than
people
y'all. They know us
love.
well.
Listen, YT people love to play clueless.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
what's reparations? What is FBA? I just don't understand. They love to play that game, but they know better. They
but we go
always
through the
know better.
same stuff
Just
though.
like
Is
they
what I'm
Well,
saying.
knew, just
no,
like
we do
they
No,
not
we're
go
knew,
through
not
the
just
going
same
through
like
the
they
same
things.
knew,
stuff.
They gonna
just
get
like they knew
harassed.
the
They
difference
gonna
between
cause we got we the
Africans
same
Sweetheart,
color,
they
and
right?
chose to
restaurants.
move here. Your family chose to move here.
No, what I'm
Your
saying
family
is
chose to come here. Your family
no, what
did
I'm
not care
saying
that they
is
G
they gonna
side.
get
Your
followed
family
around the
did not
store
care
just
that
like
they
we gonna get followed
BOMB.
around in the
Your
store.
bloodline
They
did
gonna get
not care
harassed
what
by
they did
police
to
officers
Hold on,
just
we
like
can't
sweetheart.
have
Look
I'ma
at
one
get
at the
this.
same
harassed by
time. We
police
gotta have
officers.
one at a time.
Look at this. Look
Let
at
her
this.
speak. Let her speak because she hasn't really got a chance to speak. Let's at least hear her out. But we can't
Speak,
overtalk
dear.
each other. Go ahead, give her an opportunity.
Go ahead, T.
What I'm
Alicia,
saying
go ahead.
is, hold on. What I'm saying is, they're gonna get followed around in the store just like we gonna get
No,
followed
they
around in the
don't.
store. They're gonna get pulled over by a police officer just like we gonna get pulled over by a police officer. They're gonna say, "Oh, she's from the Saint Lucia, Caribbean. She's not African American." They're gonna say, "Okay, that's a black person," because we all got the same skin tone. Nobody in the country has black skin tones like we do. Nobody got hair like we do.
Ma'am, when you're getting pulled
Nobody.
over by
They
the
gonna get.
police
Wait
officer,
a minute. Wait a
they
minute.
hold
Y'all
on.
don't have
They
hair like
hold
we
on,
do.
hold on, hold on, hold
The
on.
They got
unaliving
Hold on,
hair.
hold
word.
on,
And
hold
we
on, hold
we
on, hold
stand
on,
out
hold
from
on.
all the other races.
Ma'am,
Don't
Address.
no
when the
other race got
police,
hair like we do. Don't no
ma'am,
other
when the
race got the
police pull
skin
you over,
tone
if
like
you
we
Ain't
think
do.
no
that they
Haitian
don't
gonna
have
And
pull over.
that's the
technology,
problem about it. We gonna get. They gonna. We're not. If you white or if you outside of black, then okay, then we got something to talk about. But they're gonna look at you like you just black like everybody else.
No, they
ma'am,
don't.
they have technology in police vehicles that run your license plate. Most adults drive cars that are registered to themselves. I mean, that's not like, it's not like we're teenagers and we're driving like any old which person's car. Most adults drive vehicles that are registered to themselves. So
And they
if
can
you
pull their
don't think
name.
that when they pull you over and they get behind and they see �値𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 or they see 𝗥𝗶𝗴𝗵𝗏𝗏𝗏, they gonna already preconceive how they want to deal with you, ma'am. What are
And
you talking about?
they're not the ones that's really getting pulled over. It's the foundational Black Americans that are getting pulled over
And
and
The
currently still being put on the tree.
yeah, and
So
the
listen,
fact is,
are y'all against this whole movement, this new movement now that Africans is trying to take their land back? They encouraging black people to move to Africa. Are y'all against that?
you can move.
No, it's
You
okay.
can move. That is
I'm
your
not against
nobody's
that.
moving
decision.
there.
That's a personal
Nobody's moving.
decision.
Listen,
I'm
That is
asking
your
a
hold
question.
decision.
on,
I'm
hold on. Let me
asking a
say,
question,
And
FBA.
we
I'm
answer
asking
it.
a
You
question.
can move.
It's simply asking a question.
hold on. Listen, the reason why we're not moving over there because we've already heard the horror stories from the people who went over there. We've already
Exactly.
heard it. The problem with that is you don't get unless you're married to someone from that continent, you don't get to own no land over there. And the moment you build in the wrong tribesman county, that tribal leaf, that tribal chief, they will band together and mow your stuff down. They will bulldoze your building anytime they want to, and you can't do anything about it because you can't take them to court. What court system are you going to take them to? They run the courts. As soon
Yeah.
as they figure you're a foreigner, you're not getting no love over in their court system, and that's assuming you actually get a court date that's within reasonable time.
Exactly.
So nobody's moving over to that because the system has no integrity. That's why the people from there come over here because they know their system don't have integrity.
Yes.
Our
That's right.
system does. We have due process here. We
That's
have
right.
things in place to where, hey, you not gonna get us too much. You gonna have to go to court and see we gonna have our due time in court where we can prosecute and defend and all that stuff. Y'all don't have that there. Y'all have a long wait process, and we're not trying to assimilate to that.
And the thing about them
Oh,
people,
I agree with you. I agree with you. I wouldn't want to move back. I
a
wouldn't want
few
to move back.
months. Yeah, we know why you don't want to move back. We know why. You done moved your family to moved you here, and you're not going back. You're assimilating into Black American culture, and you're calling yourself Black American cosplay. That's the only time you get in trouble. See, you won't get in trouble if you keep your African identity. But the moment you pick up a Black American identity, that's going to get you in trouble. The
they
police
assimilate. They don't
they
integrate.
might assume you to be something that you're not because you dress like us, you look like us, you sound like us. That's the only reason why you're going to get in trouble. But if you keep your African culture or your Caribbean culture, nobody's going to mess with you.
Yup.
Listen,
That's a
I
lot
seen
of
a
criminals
video.
too.
They're going
Hold
to
on,
use you. They're going to use you to say things that Black Americans would never say. Like, black people don't need no reparations. That's what they're going to put a bunch of money in your hand to say things that YT people can't say about Black
listen.
Americans.
I
That's what they
seen
use you
But do you
guys
think
for.
are we
I
ever going to
seen a
get it?
video.
Do y'all
Hold
think
on.
we
I
ever
seen a
going to get
video.
it?
Yes, I seen a
Get what?
video just 2 weeks ago of a Haitian.
Reparations.
Hold on. I seen a video just 2 weeks ago of a Haitian lady being pulled over by the cops at GUN point, and when she was getting out the vehicle, she had her hands up and she said, "Don't pew pew me. I'm not an African
As an agent.
American. I ain't one of them. I'm a Haitian. I don't pew pew me."
And what
It's
they look
Yo,
at
you
her
can't
as,
make
okay, you
this
still black
up.
in our eye. You still black in our
No,
eyes.
no, 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 no,
We gonna
no.
pew
You're
pew
not
you.
it's like
black.
that's
You're
worse.
not. That's the thing. Y'all are really lynching on to Black Americans' identity. Y'all have
So what
taken
are
over
we
the
then?
word, ma'am. Y'all have taken over the word Afro. That is a word that was created by us in 1939 in Oakland, California, to describe our hair texture and our skin tone. Every identity that we have as have told to ourselves or identify, it seems like y'all have attached yourself to. No identity. Y'all can literally, only time y'all claim y'all identity, y'all don't claim y'all identity when y'all get in trouble. Y'all don't claim your identity when y'all testing for VIH or HIV. Y'all don't claim your identity when none of the things are negative. But y'all want to claim your identity when you graduate. You want to claim your identity when you become a doctor, as if that's the first
When they
doctor in
get
the United
property,
States, or you're a part of the majority. You're not even part of the majority. Um, you just wanna take this. You want to claim your identity when it's convenient for you, and claim ours when it's convenient for you. We totally want to delineate for a simple fact. For you won't get confused. Who are your criminals from your country and your island? Who is your people with STDs that was 5 times higher than Black American women, VIH, from your country and your island? We need to know this. This is important to us. You're not our lineage. You're not our identity. You're not from this bloodline on these countries in this United States of America. Your people never did anything but pack the plastic bag and moved for sponsorship, because most of y'all came on sponsorship. It only cost $1,200 to get you over here, and you never thank Black Americans for fighting for that.
exactly.
Right.
And y'all think that YT gave us everything. They did not. We gave them everything. Something about y'all is that y'all think that we care about what they think. We don't come, our culture does not come from the standpoint of what YT thinks about us, how they feel about us. We don't care. And y'all always bringing them to us. We don't care about them. They do nothing. They don't create. They don't build. They don't expand anything. All YT does is copy and take. So stop bringing them up. Every Caribbean African, oh, YTC is the same. And why? We don't even care what YT think. We have a
Exactly.
lot going on. We gave them everything that they know. Literally. Stop bringing them up when y'all talk about us. They are not us. We don't. Just
And
stop
look what
bringing
they
them up.
doing
And every
now.
time we
Look what
express
they
ourselves
doing
as
now.
Black
They trying to
Americans, don't
take.
say we spewing white tea supremacy talking points. We express ourselves as Black Americans. We don't copy
Right.
them. They copy us.
They
We
copied
don't. Hey,
us.
when have we ever stolen their intellectual property or their thought? Never.
So wait,
Never.
so
That's
the
what y'all
lady
don't
just said, the lady
understand.
above you just said we're not considered Black Americans, we're Afro Americans. So which one is it?
Y'all neither. That's what y'all don't
So we're
get.
not
I never
African
said you was
American, we're not
Afro. I
Afro
never
We
said
American,
you
never
was
we're
said
not
black.
you was
Black
You're not
Y'all
African
are
American.
Afro.
whatever
American. Let's get this
nationality y'all
clear.
are
I never.
American. That's what
I'm
y'all
not
are.
giving a
If
So
you're
let me find
Jamaican,
out
you're a
identity
which
Jamaican
one
from the
are we?
American.
descendant of
If
Because
you're a
I ain't
slave
getting
Nigerian,
it.
to
you are a
anybody
Nigerian
who immigrated
American.
over
Time,
here.
y'all,
So
one
are
at
we
a
Why are
time.
you
You
considered
have your
identifying
own
by a
Americans?
continent
identity.
Hold
American?
on, we can't hear everybody if y'all talk at the same time. One at a time.
I
I
want to
never
say
said
something.
that. You have your own identity. I never said. I said y'all attach yourself to Afro. How many people call themselves Afro this and Afro that? And I gave you the knowledge of who created the word Afro and why it was created. I also said that you're not black. That is a Black American United States identity. Y'all have attached yourself to the word black, but black is for descendants of slave. We start calling ourselves black in the late 60s and in the 70s. You don't have a history of calling yourself black. You
Okay, so we're
immigrated
not
into the
African
history of
American
calling ourselves
No,
black.
ma'am, you know
No.
that.
If
and
you
we're
are
not
Caribbean
whatever
American.
nationality
Hold
you are
on,
American. If you're a
hold
Nigerian, you
on,
are a Nigerian
hold
I was
on,
American.
born
hold
in the
on,
United States.
hold
So what am
on,
I?
hold on, hold
What are
on,
your
hold
parents?
on. Technically, she's
They
right.
Americans.
Hold on.
Oh
So
my
what
Technically,
are we?
God.
hold on. Technically, she's right. She's an African American. That classification belongs to Africans
But
who are living
But
in
she
America.
Caribbean.
when do people in
I'm
Hold
America
not
y'all
identify
too much.
by
Caribbean.
a
I'm gonna put
continent
back because
American?
American.
it's
If you
our literature.
Italian,
It's not
if you
theirs.
Italian,
It's
people
our
The
don't
business
correct
that's
identify
term
as
creating
would
it.
European
be if
Americans. You
she's
say you're
Caribbean.
Italian American.
I'm
If
not
she's
So if you're
Caribbean.
Caribbean,
I'm not
Nigerian,
from the
you would
Caribbean.
say
I
you're
was born here in the
Nigerian
United
American.
Caribbean. Hold
States.
So if
on,
you're
y'all. I'm the host.
Ethiopian, you would say you're
Overtalk the
I'm
host.
Ethiopian
not
American.
Ethiopian
Hold
either.
on. Hold on.
What's your African
You guys
It's
talking
nationality?
her
about, oh,
I
parents.
don't know.
somebody
I
was
just
Hold
know I
on.
was
talking
born
saying
here in the
that,
United
oh,
States.
they
Hold
want you to
on.
go
Hold
back.
on.
The other
Hold
want to
on.
go
So
back because
am
Hold
I
on.
we don't
African
stop nobody
American? Am
not to
I
go
Black
back.
American?
Hold
Am I
on.
Never
Hold
take
Afro?
on,
Like I'm
anybody
Queen.
out. If
confused.
they
Hold
want to go back
on.
to Africa, you guys.
Who was that? Jesus Christ.
I
Who
don't
that
even
was?
know who that
Jesus
is.
Christ. That shit just popped in out of nowhere. Okay, hold on. T Lee, where's your family from? Let's start with that. Where's your family?
Okay, so they were all born from North Carolina.
Okay. Now, where's your grandparents from?
North Carolina.
So your whole family traces back to where?
Uh, like I mean, as far as we all from here, North Carolina.
Okay.
He's
So
lying.
I don't know. We're just gonna take a by word. Do you know? Okay, what
You don't
city?
even know me.
What city
I
in
know
North
you're
Carolina?
lying. I can hear
You
your
don't even
accent.
know
Ma'am,
me,
I can hear
ma'am,
your accent. You have a
ma'am,
different voice.
ma'am.
Do you
Hold
You
mind?
don't
on.
Do you
even.
mind telling us your last
You're
Hold
name?
on.
lying, ma'am.
Hold
Don't
I,
do
on.
that,
Hold on.
miss.
Hold on.
I
Hold
don't
on,
have
you
an
guys.
African. You don't even know me,
Hold on, you
missus.
guys. Hold on, you
Mind
guys.
the business that pay you. Thank you.
Hold on. Hold on. What city in North Carolina are your family from? Do you know that?
Raleigh,
Raleigh? Do you know any other city outside of Raleigh?
Durham.
Can you name another one?
Uh, we got Raleigh, Durham, Rocky Mount.
Okay. Okay. So
We already heard your accent
what
before
if
you
your
came in.
Greenville. I'm not,
Uh,
ma'am. You don't even know me. Pay the
she's
business.
probably from
Listen,
the South. I don't really pick up on any other. I'm feeling around. Let me feel
what
around.
accent am I giving, ma'am?
Okay.
Since you
Okay.
know me so well,
Let me say
You
this. Let me
already
say
said
this.
you're not moving back home.
exactly. You gave
I'm
yourself
not.
away
No,
very
I'm
early.
not African.
You
Listen.
already said you already
Ma'am, you
From
lying.
several
what
times.
I was
I
told,
listen.
from when I
Several
was
times you
told. Look,
reference yourself
I'm
as
not gonna
She
explain
African.
did.
myself to
She
y'all because y'all
did.
don't even know me. So
Hold on,
again,
T Lee. What
what
did
I
your
was
parents
told,
say you're
host,
from?
hold on, host. What I was told was we all came from the motherland. The motherland is Africa, right?
Who told you that? Did your parents tell you that? Did your grandparents? Who told you that?
That's what I was taught in
In
school.
school. Exactly. This
From
is
the
why I tell
Daughters of
y'all,
Confederacy,
y'all gotta debrief y'all
she is
kids.
not. She is not Black American.
This is what I
Thank
gotta
you.
Okay,
You
tell
but
don't
that's
even
why
y'all.
know
we
me,
gotta
ma'am.
slow
Pay the
down. I
business.
don't know. Hold
Look,
on.
Hold on.
pay the business that
Hold
Hold
serve
on.
on,
you,
Tech.
honey.
Hold on.
Hold on.
You don't even know me.
Hold on.
Hold on. I don't know
Now
if y'all
again,
heard me or if I was breaking up, but I was trying to say I knew she was was one of them Pan-Africans who said that we are from the motherland. I knew that's where
That's what
she
I
was
was
going with this.
raised. That's
She's
why I
not
was raised. We
African.
came
Okay,
on
so
slave
let me
ships and
ask
we
you
came
this.
to the United States.
What
We
did your parents, did you ever ask your parents? Did you ever ask your grandparents where you come from? Did you ever ask them, ma'am?
Yeah, I did. So
Now, what did they tell you?
we're originally from North Carolina, born and raised. My my dad's people, his grandparents they were raised in Connecticut. My mom's people, her great grandparents, they was born in New York. So, but we all
Uh-oh.
migrated to North Carolina. So
Uh-oh.
I'm trying to figure out.
Uh-oh. It could be Connecticut and New York. That could be Caribbean or African. You could have some Caribbean or African descent.
We already know.
So, do I need to just go ahead and do an ancestry,
Yeah.
and what we need to do?
You need to do your genealogy. That's what's going to help you out. Because that's going to let you
Okay,
know
so which one is
if your
reputable?
roots belong in this soil.
Following your paperwork.
Which one is reputable?
Following your paperwork, your
Your
genealogy.
genealogy is going to be most reputable, and you can do your DNA. You can do your DNA.
Should I do ancestry, or some people saying don't do
We keep
ancestry?
on
Do
saying follow
African
your
ancestry.
paperwork, your genealogy. She keeps saying that she do. Follow your last name. Follow your mama last name.
My
Follow your
last
daddy.
name. My
Follow your
last
mama,
name is
daddy.
not.
Follow your.
My
You know,
last
you gotta
name
follow
is.
your grandparents. Then
Okay,
follow their
let me talk,
grandparents.
ma'am. Let me talk. My last name is Womack. So people ask me, am I related to Bobby Womack? I don't know what his genealogy is or whatever, but
Do you know
that's my
your
last name.
parents? Do you know your
Womack.
parents? Do you know your parents?
I know my parents' last name, yes. So how do I go about knowing my
Do you know
roots?
your mama?
Just add yourself and your parents to
Listen,
ancestry, and they'll give you
this is the
hints.
best.
They'll
Hold
connect you
Listen,
to
on,
the
this is the
hold
ancestry.
on.
simplest. Hold on, y'all. Hold on,
Can
hold
I
on.
say
Heather
something
alert.
really quick?
Hold on. Hold on, real quick. Let me say this is the simplest way for you to do this. Ancestry, there's nothing wrong with Ancestry.com. Start with Ancestry, because that's the simplest way. Start with Ancestry.com. Start talking to your grandparents if they're still living. Start talk. If you got any great uncles or great aunts, start talking to them. Start talking to
What's
your family,
FBA?
and they're going to tell
FamilySearch.com is
you.
good
They
too.
are going to tell you who you are, and listen to them. They're not going to lie to you and try to deceive you in who you are. Whatever they say
Like
you
you
are,
doing us.
that's what you are.
What's FBA?
Like
What's
you
Hold on.
that?
lying, trying to
Can I
deceive
give her a
us.
little bit? Hold on. Can I give her a little bit of
What's
advice?
FBA? Can y'all tell me what
Hold on,
No.
Chuck.
FBA
Hold
is?
on.
Foundational
I'm
Black
gonna answer that
Americans.
question in a minute.
Hold on.
Go
Foundational
ahead.
Black Americans,
You
Tia.
need to sit in
What
some
is
of
it?
these rooms. Hold on, Chuck. Listen, you got too much dip on your chip now. Come on. Chill out.
I'm listening.
Go ahead,
You need
Amar.
to
Go
sit
ahead.
in some of these rooms and you need to follow some of these people because there are people who are genealogists that are for the community, who are helping people do their paperwork. So as you get started on Ancestry, you need to be getting together who married who was born on what days. You need to get names. You need to get some things like that so that way these people got something to work with. I just think that my people, I think that we get so used to being in this argumentative mode, and this is just me being real. I don't like
Oh
how we
wow.
all just kind of like jumped on old girl like that in the tone that some people was talking to her in because it's like
I don't
y'all we got
believe
all
it.
of this information. Hold on, we got all of this information, right? We've gathered all of this information and it's like what good is it if we're not trying to teach somebody? Because that's kind
That's
of
all I
crazy to
wanted,
me.
and that's
No.
all I wanted. I
No.
just want
But
to
you
No, I'm gonna
spoke,
know.
push
Heather.
back for a
Like,
I
second.
bruh,
was
just
If a
relax.
told
person is
y'all
interested
saying
in
I'm
learning who they
lying.
are, they
Y'all
don't
saying
start
I'm
on
from the
TikTok.
Caribbean. Y'all saying
They
I'm
don't start
African.
on
Some people in
TikTok
the
talking
chat
like
saying that
this.
I'm from the islands. I
She's a
listen.
liar. I don't
I just
She's
believe
a
her.
liar.
okay.
You
You
are a
I
ain't
don't
gotta
liar.
believe
Stop
her.
believe me,
using that
man.
Let's
word,
ask the
liar.
Pay
chat.
the
Let's
business
put up
that
a
Exactly.
poll.
look.
Kind of
You
phrase
can
Look.
that
you can use
differently,
you can
Mind
use
the
please.
business that pay you. You ain't
FamilySearch.com
gotta
help you
believe
correct
me.
your
It
I
does.
don't
We
genealogy.
All I'm
believe
don't.
you.
We
saying is,
don't. You
you got
lying.
a
Don't
lot
You
of
break
black
down
lying.
people
today.
out
Don't do
here that
that.
If you're
don't
not
really
lying,
know
don't
how to
defend
go
yourself.
about knowing their genealogy.
Then
They
I'll
don't.
talk
Well,
Now,
over
I
use
was
you.
use
told
It's not
to
ancestry.
about bad
go
people. It
to
was about
One
ancestry.
at
you.
a time. We
It
can't
was
all
You
talk
about
know,
over
you.
each other.
when you're coming across with that word liar, just try to rephrase that differently because it comes like a dagger when you use that word. But I know you're trying to get a point across, Mrs. But try to use another word so that it's not provoking. You know what I mean? I know you got a point.
Yeah,
Who?
you're
If you're a liar, you're a
untruthful.
liar, and I'm
We
not finna
know.
change that.
I'm
She's a
Hold
not gonna
on.
go
liar.
back and forth
I
with
Hold
just
on.
somebody
feel
that
like
don't
I
even
just
know
feel
me. I'm
like
not
hold
finna go
on.
back
I
and forth.
listen, listen.
All I want to know is what
Miss.
Hold on.
Hold
I
on.
just want the only reason why
Hold on.
Hello?
Hold on, you guys. Hold
too
on. Hold
much.
on.
I
Before
apologize.
the
I
next
just
Just
person
joined
wanted
the
goes.
to
live.
Hold
girl,
on.
If you read
hold
the prompt,
on.
it'll tell you what
This
foundation of
is
Black
the
American.
host talking. Everybody be quiet. Hold on. Listen, we got it. Listen, we still got to have decorum. You know, I get it. She said some things that was a little funny, and she actually made it seem like she wasn't from here by the way she was talking, and we caught her in that. Now that doesn't
okay,
mean
y'all
she,
can
that doesn't mean she's not of the lineage. That I mean, there's already two red flags because first everybody came from South Carolina or North Carolina. Then we got New York and Connecticut pop up in there, and we know what that can mean. That can mean not FBA, but again, we still can be respectful. She sounds like a young lady. We don't want to. We're not here to destroy. We're not here to denigrate people and just push them. We're here to
Right.
teach them. Let's teach them and let's educate them. Because hey, liars don't have to lie no more. They can
That's
actually
all
tell
I'm
the truth.
asking.
Hold
That's
on,
all
go
I'm
on mute real
asking.
quick,
Teach
sis.
me.
And the
She's
reason
very
When there
why
particular
is
about
a when
things,
there
you
is a
know.
She sounds
deceit when
very
there is a
young.
deceitful tether in the room, go in. I don't I don't have no problem with that. But
exactly.
People in the
but we
chat
don't
is
know.
asking what FBA means. People in the
Hell,
chat is
We
asking.
just, ma'am,
please be
ma'am,
Foundational
ma'am,
quiet.
Black
ma'am. We just
What
Americans.
does?
told you.
Huh?
Chill
Hold
out,
on.
Foundational
chill
Black
out.
It's
Like
too
this
many
is
American.
people
Everybody
no,
talking.
chill
yeah,
out.
that's for
Listen.
you.
Uh, all right, I got phone calls coming in. Sorry about that. Listen, chill out. Listen, for FBA is foundational Black American. That's what it means. It separates us from them. It separates us from other Black immigrants. FBA means we are not an immigrant in the United States. We are indigenous to the United States. We are indigenous to this landmass. We are from here. Some of us have African ancestry. Some of us are indigenous. We got some European mixed in action admix in there too. We had an ethnogenesis on this landmass. We are foundational Black American. That separates us from anybody who wants to say they're Black, anybody who wants to say they're African American, anybody who wants to be from the Caribbean, anybody who wants to be African. They cannot tether on to that name, foundational Black American, because when you say FBA, you know exactly the people and the lineage, the ethnic group that we're talking about. That's what FBA is. And that's all. We're
That's
trying
all
to
I want
figure
to
out
know.
if you're of the soil or you're not. And even if you're not of the soil, it's okay if you're African or Caribbean or you have any of those admixtures in there. It's okay. We just want you to be you, and we're going to continue to be us. That's it. Be strong in who you are, and we're going to be strong and confident in who we are. That's it. Just that
Breathe.
simple.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
And
I
you
have
see
a
how the conversation progresses when you're able to present information in a consumable form.
And can I
yeah.
say
Like
this?
shout out to Too Much. That's the only thing that I was trying to ask. I wasn't trying to get the room in a tizzy. I was just saying, what's the point of us having all of this information if we are not trying to present it in a consumable form to the right people that we up here hooting and hollering at every goddamn person. It's like
Can I
Jesus.
say something?
Seriously.
Can I say something real quick?
No, because
I,
every opposed person is an op. And
I
and
think
and,
No,
and,
it's
and, and
not.
I
she
can
I
and
just
she
really, I
need
can
sound
to
really
know.
say,
wrong.
I
I
just
can really
wanted
So
to
explain
so I can
something.
know.
only judge her from my experience. If
I can
she's
Okay, well,
really,
over
I
don't
the
can
judge
age
really
of
me.
explain
18,
what
she's in
Don't.
FBA
every
is.
right and a search
No, just
engine
watch
to
the
look up the
choice of
information
words.
that she's asking about. Don't
I
nobody
mean,
owe
why
her
should I look
grades.
it up
Don't
when we
nobody
got when you
owe
talking
her to
about it
teach
in the
her
group chat?
anything.
Listen, we
I am not
living
her
in the year.
educator.
Hold
I am
on,
Why
not
we
her
we're
why
mother.
living.
should I
I
look?
am not her father. I don't owe her nothing. She came up in the post. I listened to the things that she said.
I just
She
asked a
referenced
question,
Africa
ma'am.
several times.
I just
So it
asked a
is not
question,
my
ma'am.
fault that she's
Hold
ignorant
on,
about a
Tal.
certain thing,
Hold
and
on,
she's
Tal.
100% lying because in 2025 on this day in
Know me.
2025,
You
what
don't even know
African,
me,
Girl,
what
shut
ma'am.
Black American,
up.
what
You
nobody
don't
don't
even
know
know
about
me.
foundational Black American.
Okay, now,
Even the
Wolfie, I hear.
celebrities. Even the
Wolfie, I
celebrities have claimed foundational Black American. So it's gonna be hard for me to
no one,
believe
no
that
one's
she don't know what
disputing that.
foundational Black
No
American
one,
I'm
is.
not this.
no one is
I
disputing
didn't
that.
know
No
what
one
it
said
was till I
nothing. And
came
listen, hold
to this
on. At the
live.
end of the day,
Exactly. I'm just not hearing
hold
about it.
on. Listen, be quiet. At the end of the day, we are on TikTok. I don't know about y'all, but I don't even use YouTube or Google to search and learn and look up anything no more. I use TikTok to learn goddamn near everything. Shout out to
Exactly.
TikTok. So if you think people ain't coming on this at a young age and this is their first time learning about certain things, that is definitely possible. Yo, this is the time. What? I got a 16-year-old. I know how these kids is learning nowadays. I learn almost everything. I'm telling you, I don't even use Google, YouTube, nothing no more. I go straight to TikTok if I want to learn anything. Thing.
This is the thing. You can't come up to the panel trying to police the panel and then then get put in your place and then play victim. No. You can't. She
Who is
came up
doing
here.
that?
She came up here telling us
You
what we
don't
should
even
and
know me,
shouldn't do.
I
ma'am.
didn't
And
receive
no,
her
no,
that
no, no,
way.
no,
The
no.
young girl up top didn't get to speak. Angie Daff, or she's been
Yeah, so
waiting,
shut
so
the
let her
fuck
talk.
up.
Bitch, please.
Girl, you a
Hold on.
tether,
Y'all
and we
stop now.
know. You
Hold
see, why
on.
do y'all?
Hold
She's a
on.
tether, bro. She's
Hold on.
foreign.
I
She
don't
been
think she's a
foreign.
Hold
tether.
on.
She is, ma'am.
I do.
She
No,
is.
no,
She
no, no.
referenced being foreign in the beginning, then
She sure
switched to
did.
FBA, and I caught it. She's a tether, bro. She
And
has
it's the
foreign
thing, y'all be
roots.
listening and then y'all be like, no, I don't think. She said it
She
several
said it. She
times.
separated herself several times when referencing herself. She separated herself immediately in the
And I
speech.
asked her several times
And
what
when
was her
she was
ethnic group.
doing
What?
it,
Can I
and
say
when
a
she
word?
was doing it, I was pulling out of my garage, and I tried to say something, but I don't know if y'all heard me or if I was breaking up. I was
Let me
trying
say.
to say she sounded like a Pan-Africanist. The way that she was wording it, I heard that she was trying to separate herself, but she was basically referencing, for lack of better words, the out of Africa theory, and all of us eventually saying that we coming from the motherland in Africa. That's what she was insinuating at first. That's what I picked up on. Y'all
Okay.
picked up on her saying that she was actually from Africa and she was othering herself. I picked up on her Pan-Africanist vibe. So that's the reason why I was like, oh, this is one that we could teach.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Let me
Well,
say
she
this,
got
guys.
to that
Listen.
point
Listen. What I
where
want y'all
she
to
was
understand is
willing to
listen.
be
Listen.
taught
Okay. Let me
because
say
she
this.
did say it.
Listen. She sound like a young woman. Period. I don't care if they're
Yes,
African. I don't care if they're
yes.
Caribbean. I don't care if they're FBA. They're young people. These young people need to be taught. They don't need to be. We don't got to come crashing down on the head, but we do got
Yeah,
to
you're right.
educate them and give them the tools. We don't know how old she was. She could be 16, and we're
Yeah.
talking like this to a 16-year-old. Come on, we better than that. We can't do that. Listen now when we have somebody
First of all,
come
your
in,
panel should be 18 and older.
well,
Second of all,
it should
a
it should
16-year-old
be
shouldn't even be here.
it
No, she
should be
should. They
it
right.
should it,
We
it,
gotta
it should be.
educate the youth
But
about what's
people,
That
going
but
is
on.
listen,
up to
Yeah,
their
you
parents.
need
It is not up to
hold
strangers on
you
on,
got
social
to go
media.
to the
hold on.
point
I'm the
that you
host. Let me speak. Listen, we're not going to denigrate these young people. We're just not on this panel. I
Y'all,
when
this
we
is
that's
have
what
when we
crazy
have
happened.
to me, and
young
I'm
young
telling
minds,
you right
I
now
don't care if
that
they're in their
this is
20s.
the problem with our
Hold
community
on,
too much. You have an educated woman here like Wolfie sitting
hold on, hold on. Listen, I just want y'all to understand we're
knowledge,
not
but it
going to.
ain't her
Hey,
responsibility to
Amara,
teach
Hold
he's
on,
other
talking.
hold
children and
on.
stuff.
The
That's
host is
why
trying to
I
we're
talk,
the
got
sense of
you.
baby.
a
Hold
community.
on.
My child should be able to be
Baby,
Amara.
listen. Anybody, especially if you're my mod, if you're coming up here and you're my mod, you're up here to teach. We're up here to teach. We're up here to educate first. I get it. There's a time and place when we're going to stomp on these tethers next, but we're not going to do it on these young-minded children. They
And
got
that's
to
what happened.
learn. They don't listen. They don't learn by us coming down
I
their throat.
asked her
That's
was
not
she
how young
grown.
people
Now
learn.
bring her back up here. Ask her was she grown because she said she was grown. So
Okay,
why are y'all
okay,
trying to school
but
her
but
now? Make her be
still,
like a
but
little girl.
again,
He
I don't
just
know.
trying to make a
She could be
point.
30 years old. I don't know,
Right.
but she sounded young. That's
Young.
all I'm
Yeah.
saying. And we gotta have some decorum, and we
But
can't
I
be
asked her.
triggered.
That's why I
We
asked her.
can't
It
be
was a part of my
triggered.
speech.
I
I asked
got you,
her.
Wolfie. I got you. I got you. There's just a time and a place. I'm saying this
I'm
time
not
I
teaching
would
the
be mad
grown-ups.
if y'all
And I'm
would
not
not
teaching their kids who
denigrate.
join the panel.
I Wolfie, again, we're not going to denigrate kids or young-minded people. We're going to
Thank
educate and
you.
we're going to teach them. That's what this platform is for. There's a time and place to drop bombs on these tethers. When they come in disrespectful, when they come in trolling, we get them up out the paint. But I gotta protect this live too. I'm on my last leg, y'all. They gonna eventually take my page, and if I decide to come back, I'm gonna have to come back with a new page, new name, whatever. But I'm cool with just TikTok and with just YouTube, and I'm building up my Twitter right now. But I enjoy TikTok the most. I enjoy it, and I want to be here as long as I can be. So I'm asking everybody on the panel, well, if y'all hear the host speak, y'all calm down. If I say calm down, calm down. There's other platforms, there's other channels y'all can go to, and y'all can talk about Africans and Caribbeans all you want over there. Y'all can give them the business. But on here, this is a platform where we teach and we educate. They're not here to teach us. We're here to teach them. Understand that.
Herb, I think that's a good point, because it's like they are young and that moment could impact them for a long time. And if we have the opportunity to educate them about who we are, even if they are of the opposition, we need to go ahead and tell them our truth and our history and what they need to know. And you're right, being young, it's just that I know Wolfie, we both clocked that she was lying. But
Listen, even if
we're
she,
grown, we hear it.
listen, I think that we just need to be able to use discernment, because a lot of these people's first time hearing about FBA sometimes is FBA is the HATE group. So if
right.
that's the first thing that they've
It's
heard, and
true.
then they come up on a panel, and then this lady's trying to, you got this young girl who's been told or thinks that she's a Pan-African, and then, she seems too much sitting up there with a big FBA hat, and we up here on the panel, and we like, and she like, hey, yo, they is a hate group. She gonna
And
be
you
Let
know,
like,
me
yo,
tell you
I
something.
yo,
The
think I
things
think
that
when
I
we
say is
explaining
like,
what
hey, it
FBA
might
is,
come off abrasive, and I don't care about y'all feelings.
I
I
think
don't
we
care
I think
about
when we
your
explaining
feelings
what
because I know how
FBA
to
is,
come off
we should
abrasive and I
say
know how to
that
come off sweet.
FBA delineates
you
us from
nah,
Yeah,
come
but you
everybody.
on.
trying to provoke.
Listen,
I don't
It
care about. I
delineates
mean,
us
listen,
from
hold
we
white
were
Just
on.
being
overgrown.
Americans.
One
real.
question. I
We
came up
can't
here
all be
acting like
Y'all,
talking
I'm
down on
hold
black
just
Americans.
being
on.
real.
Off of that.
Hold
Can
on.
I
Listen,
say
hold on.
something?
If I can have patience with an institutionalized brother who's a Pan-African married to a YT woman, we can have patience with a young-minded or a young up-and-coming woman.
I
Yeah.
think
And a
when we
man.
explaining,
I don't discriminate. And a man. We got to be patient with these people. We got to give a little bit. We got to give a little bit grace, and then we have to teach and educate. Now, those we can't teach and educate, and they get triggered and they can become abrasive. We just get them out of here. Just get them out of. No more arguing back and forth with these. With. Listen, it's no use. You can't argue with a kid. You don't argue
Too
Right.
with
much.
children.
But did you see how when you took the time to articulate what FBA was, she was like, "Oh wow, thank you." Like she was looking
Right.
for information. She
Yeah,
didn't even
but
argue it. She ain't
She
saying it
did.
sounds
I
She
get
silly.
started
you.
She didn't
changing
try
at
to be
that point.
disrespectful. She
Right.
was like, "Oh, okay,
Right.
thank you."
Right, I get you,
Yeah.
but also I understand that that's a game too. A lot of them like to play that game like they don't know nothing, and
No, 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 no.
they got you. So I
Like she
understand that
said,
too.
y'all
But
don't
I
know
do
her.
appreciate.
You have to
Listen,
take her, give her an
she
opportunity once
wasn't
you hear
too
that change.
disrespectful. She wasn't too disrespectful. But we caught her. Once you start lying, I stop believing in your. I start believing that you're genuine. The moment I start catching you in lies, I don't believe that you're genuine. But I'm always going to educate first. I'm not going to stomp down on you. I'm not going to try to crush your life until I know it's time.
Right.
So
No, you right.
Can
let me
I
hold on.
Can
Let me
I
hear from
share this?
Anja Daphne. I'm just calling
sorry,
you.
it's Angie. I'm African. I'm from Cameroon precisely. I heard your life and I would like to hear your point of view. Like what's the main idea of your life basically?
The main idea of what?
Of your life. Like what's the main point you're trying to teach young people about?
Well, I'm trying to educate them on who I am, who found what foundational Black Americans are, and my life is really tailored towards foundational Black Americans. But I allow people to come in to get educated, to learn about what we're doing. If anything, if you're an African, if you're a Caribbean, and that's where you come from, no disrespect. Shout out to you. What you can do is you can learn from the information I'm passing down to our people and use it for your people, because we don't have tribalism in our family tree. We don't have tribalism on our land. We know everywhere we go, from California to New York, we know we're one people. We don't.
Right.
We know our American Indians is us. We know our mixed groups who have foundational Black American parents, and one maybe white or Hispanic. We know they're us, and we all treat each other the same everywhere we go. Like wherever I go, I get love in every state I go to. I know people from everywhere, and I'm gonna find love. I'm gonna find my people, and they're gonna show me love. Now I know if I walk into a bad neighborhood, I know if I walk into a gang infested or drug infested neighborhood, I know what to expect there. I know how to conduct myself when I'm in those neighborhoods. But typically, when I find my people, anywhere I go, I'm gonna find love. There's no animosity, there's no hate, there's no jealousy. We're all one. We're all on code, believe it or not. We're all on code. Whether some of us call ourselves African Americans, whether some of us call ourselves Pan-Africanists, and so on and so forth. Hebrew Israelites, Nation of Islam, whatever. We're all on code, so to speak, for certain things. Now, we're going to have disagreements. We're not all going to believe in everything. We're not a monolith group, but we understand who we are and where we come from. And we don't like Africans disrespecting us, saying we don't have culture. When y'all participate in our culture all the time, culture is not necessarily a language. Culture is the way you move socially, the way I dress, the way I talk, the way I talk American is not the way you talk American. I talk with a black accent. I talk with the way my people understand. We have our own language, our own vibe. Y'all, some of y'all have Creole. Some of y'all have y'all little slang that y'all talk even within y'all African culture. Y'all have slang. We talk with our slang. We put our spin on it. That's our culture. And when y'all denigrate it, we're disrespected. We're tired of y'all coming over here disrespecting foundational Black American culture when y'all participate in it every single day.
Okay.
And we challenge y'all when y'all disrespect us. When y'all say we don't have culture, then we make y'all tell us what your culture is. And then we find out that your culture is not really a culture. We have more culture than you. We've been around a lot longer than Africans, ma'am. Your country is a new country.
What?
Our country is an old country.
We are not a country. We're actually a continent.
I know. I'm talking about African countries individually. I'm not talking about the whole continent of Africa. But the whole continent of Africa, the oldest country in
My
Africa
people been in America
Ethiopia
longer than
and Egypt.
Nigeria has even been a country.
Unless you're Ethiopian or Egypt or Egyptian, you're not older than foundational Black Americans,
If
man.
you a Berlin Conference babies, y'all Berlin Conference babies, we was here in
No, Amara,
America.
teacher, because
I also
this
had
is
to
the
say that
thing.
what
This
I
is the
had to
thing,
say is
Amara, DJ, and Too Much, and the people, and Simon. They come up here acting like they are ignorant and don't know. And then when you say something, he didn't say continent. He directly said your country. He said your country. They come up and then they gaslight you and say, no, Africa is 54 countries. Well, in those 54 countries, y'all not Pan-African. Y'all not getting along. Y'all allowed the Europeans, the Portuguese, the Spaniards, the Greeks, everyone to give you your name.
And even when you
And
came
it's
up to
not about
introduce yourself, you didn't
articulating.
say what
I'm
country you're
not trying
from.
to
You said
articulate to
African.
these people. I'm speaking the way I speak because I don't care about
Can I
these
say
people.
something?
Go ahead.
I came to this country when I was 12 years old, and the history that we were taught is completely different from what I was taught here. You said something about we disrespect your culture, right? The image that the white person sends to us about African Americans is very, very wide. So it kind of corrupts people's mind. It kind of people that are back home will not really know.
Hold on, I'm the host. I'm allowed to interject, ma'am. If I ask you a question, I need you to stop talking and listen. What do you see when you interact with Black Americans? Forget what the white tea people told you. Forget what the television told you. What do you see when you interact with Black Americans?
That's every Black person is different, but with the interaction that I had with you is positive. You can't just say what is the interaction you have with Black American, because they're not all the same. You can fall on the good person just like you can fall on the bad person. You can't just generalize that. You know what I mean?
Hold on, ma'am. If we from here, from America, right? We know all the stuff they portray African on TV: poor, broke, destitute. They need water. All this stuff. We know all that, but we know better than to treat y'all like that.
Right.
Why don't you guys know better to treat us differently from what you hear the YT person saying. And I've been to your I've been over to the continent.
That's
I've been
what
over
I'm
to
telling you,
certain
that
countries
people
in
that did
Africa,
not.
and I've seen it firsthand, ma'am. And I see that the people are humble, the people are nice, the people are respectful, opposed from the typical scamming that will happen when I go try to buy little trinkets here and there. That's off. The haircut or something, that's off. But as far as the people and even the culture there, it's pleasant.
And even the
So
most
we
negative
don't
perception,
judge that. But y'all seem to come over here and enjoy everything that we built here.
even the
Yeah.
most negative perception that
Wait,
American can
you said
portray of a black
everything.
American
And can be
is
We're
you
not
arrogant.
know as
confusing
an
that.
African that the most negative perception that American can portray of us is not worse than what y'all got going on over there. The most negative perception. They got no footage of a black American that's worse than what y'all see going on over there.
So go
None.
ahead, let her finish. Go ahead.
So what I was kind of like trying to hear what you're saying and what he was saying at the same time, so I kind of got lost. But I want to tell you that we have I can't say one enemy in common, but the history that you guys were taught and the one we were taught is completely.
It doesn't matter. You don't treat
Yes,
people
it
that
does matter
way.
because it
No, it
does
doesn't.
affect your
No, it does.
perspective
No,
on
no, it
things.
does. No, it
Yes,
doesn't.
because
Yeah,
I've been
listen,
listen. Hold on. I've been
Let a
listening
young
for an
woman
I had
hour.
something to say.
I've been on
I
mute
remember
for an
when I
hour.
had
I've
an
been on mute for
interaction.
ma'am. I've been on mute for an hour. Okay, I have literally been listening this entire time for an hour. I've been on mute listening because sometimes I'm long winded, so I try to not be overbearing in that sense where I just I take a breath so other people can talk because I'm usually long winded. But what you're saying is some bullshit. And I'm going to say why, because our whole lives we were told about how Africa was desolate and all this other crap in school, but none of us believed it. Like we knew, we were like, hold on, we're black, we're all the same, right? So like ain't no way they over there just living desolate. Yeah, there's probably some places, but come on, like African people are the bomb. Like that's what we grew up. That's the narrative that we grew up with. We never believed white people because we always knew that white people lie. They lie about everything. They have to lie about history because they don't have any. So they have to co-opt other people's. So we never believed them when they said
I
things
think
about
she
y'all.
was trying to get to that point like that.
This is a character thing. This is a character problem that we're having. And every time you guys sit on stages with us and lie about it and act like it's not happening and that you make excuses for your bad behavior instead of being accountable for the things that you guys do and say. I literally have I can go to a site right now, a database right now, where we've over the years been collecting all the horrible things you guys have said about us and done to us politically. If this was just on the internet and this was just, you guys were playing the dozens, and horribly so, because we play it better than you. We invented it, of course. But if it was just that, then we could let it go, right? We could probably just let it go. We'll throw a couple insults back, blah, blah, blah. But y'all are undermining our politics. You are cosplaying as us, culturally infiltrating our spaces that are not meant for you, our holidays that are not meant for you. You're getting on national news saying things like you're going to get rid of Black History Month when you get in political positions. Like y'all are doing crazy shit. Like stop. We're going to stop this crap of people talking about Black Americans you guys are being hateful. Are you kidding me? We have Africans and Caribbeans on our reparations task force trying to get reparations for tragedies that they never experienced. Do you know how disrespectful that is? Y'all better stop it.
We will never
and then there's this hold on, I'm not done. Hold on, I'm not done. I'm almost done. And then there's the matter of some of you are the children of slave traders. And y'all be acting like y'all don't carry that same energy when you come in. I'm not talking about all of you. I'm not talking about all 54 countries in Africa. I'm talking about those of you with which it applies. If it don't apply to you, let it fly. But what I'm talking to those of you, and hear me very well, that you are the children of slave traders and you have normalized this shit to the point where you just think that we should you say the same thing the white people say. Well, just get over it. Happened a long time ago. While you still sell your children to the diamond mines and the emerald mines, and how the Haitians are over there selling their kids to YT Smex tourists. Like, stop it. Y'all think we are stupid. You think that we don't have passports, that we're stupid and we don't know what we're talking about and we haven't been over that continent to see for ourselves the horrible shit that y'all have been doing for over 500 years.
We will
Stop
never,
with the bullshit.
That's the thing.
we will never move
When I
forward.
try to explain,
We
I
will never
can't.
move forward
You
as
guys will
Black
not
Americans
understand
in the
because you said
diaspora
you mentioned.
or white
You
The
people
mentioned that you
or
guys had
the
a.
Africans
reality
or
is that there is
Caribbeans
no
or anybody else
the
until
reality
we
is that
address
there is
the
no
experience,
explanation, because at the
jealousy,
end of the
and
day,
hatred
what
that
you're
y'all
doing
have
is
towards black
wrong.
people.
It is morally wrong. It is
Mm-hmm.
against the standard of what you need to build your civilization and
Mm-hmm.
and have longevity for your civilization. Civilizations that last are actually built on a certain level of morality. You have to have that level of morality. You have to evolve into it, or your civilization can't evolve. It can't. You guys are over there and have been over there selling human beings, children, to Arabs and Europeans, and you are still doing it now. And you're telling me that we have to listen to the excuse as to why you're doing that? And then on top of it, y'all just want to you just want us to excuse the behavior because you're Africans? Like, this is insane.
Yeah, and y'all have no reason to believe YT. You
Yeah,
see the
we can
atrocities that they've
Can
done
I
to
please
your country and your
talk,
people. Y'all
please?
had no reason to believe them ever.
exactly.
Can I
We can
please
never
Thank
move
you.
talk?
on
All
as
I'm
the
saying is, and
intelligence
to
and
land, all
African
I'm
or
saying
the
is,
diaspora
Let
please
her
stop playing with our
respond.
intelligence.
Can I
that
please
y'all
Hold
talk?
on.
Please
Let
stop
her
Yeah,
playing with our
let's try to
respond.
intelligence.
keep it one at a time. Let's
Let
try to
her
keep it one at a
respond
time.
now. Let
Can
her
I
respond
please
now.
talk? This
Let her
I feel
respond.
like can I say something?
Go
She said
ahead.
something that made me
Please don't
giggle.
cut her off.
Okay, she said something that made me really laugh because she said, "Oh,
It made you laugh?
Hold
no,"
on. Let
because
her
you
respond.
said
Let
Okay,
you
her
got it.
said
What did
respond.
I say that was funny?
first I'm gonna point out. You said you guys kept a
Let her finish
database
her
of what
point.
we had said. Please send me a link of that because I
I'll
don't
show
just
it to
go
you
by
right
what
now.
she say.
I'll
I
show it
go
on
by
camera.
facts.
Nope, I'll
And
show it
then
on camera right now for everybody to
the
see.
second thing I have to
I'm
say is
actually really glad that you asked. I'm really
actually,
glad that
can
you
I
asked.
talk?
Let
Because
her
you can't just
speak.
be
Well, keep
talking and not
going,
let
man.
the other
H.
person.
Keep
I'm learning
going.
from you.
Let
Just
her
like I'm
speak.
learning from you, you should be able to
You're not
listen to
learning.
what
You're
I'm
laughing
saying.
at what I said.
Let her
That's
I'm
not
speak.
laughing
learning.
because it's
Let
like
her speak. Cause I don't.
you're not the
Listen, I don't
first
got much
person that
time, man. Let her
you're not the
speak.
first person that have said this. She's not the first person that I have said this. You guys said, "Oh, we sold you guys." Let me tell you something. In my country, Cameroon, we had plantations. Literally, when the Portuguese came in or when the French people
Duh.
came in, we didn't have an option to give or not give.
You
You
did
didn't
have an
want to give
option.
nobody, your head gets chopped off and put on a stick and then
Then
move on
chop
to
my
the
head
next
off.
village.
Then
Then
And
get
chop
your
they
off
head
my
stole
chopped
head.
the
off.
and they
I'm
did the
not
same
selling my
thing.
own
They did
people.
the same thing for many villages in
And here
Africa.
come the
So
excuses for
many
selling
villages.
human
They
beings.
come in there, you don't want to
Hold
give
on, all
slaves.
right. So Angie,
We literally fought
Angie,
against them. And when they didn't want when our grandparents didn't want to give slaves away, or like ancestors didn't want to give slaves away, they would
Angie.
literally chop your head off and put it
All
on a
right,
stick
Angie,
and move
Angie,
on to the next
Angie.
village.
All right, Angie. Can I
Let
ask
me
you a
just
Can
say
you
question?
that.
please
So
put me up on a
for
big
you to
Hold
screen?
on.
say, for you, I'm speaking for Cameroon. I'm not speaking for any other countries, okay? I'm
Thank
speaking for
you.
my country
Okay,
specifically.
here is a collection of things that we've been accumulating for over the years, and you can actually see the dates for these. You have a
Yeah,
professor
I
at a
think
university here
you should put it in the
calling
comments so
Black
we can.
Americans a cod. Hold on, I'm
Hold
trying to be
on.
quiet. I'm trying to show
Let
you.
her
I'm trying
finish.
to show you. Okay, we have people saying, here's the Akata song, "Stay Away from the Akata." Laughing at the unaliving of our children. Did Jalen Walker get in the house yet? The cops are not unaliving y'all fast enough. African Americans are in their feelings because this could have been them, but their ancestors didn't run fast enough.
What's the name of that site?
I'll send it directly. I'll send the link directly in the chat here in a second.
Okay.
Yeah,
Africa ask
it's very
Americans,
long.
why U.S. children not most educated? Now here's a list of rooms, but I want to get down to here. I hate African Americans so much. You have stuff like this. An unalived Black man is something to celebrate. One last Black man to fear. I got family members that got wealthy from the slave trade, and I'll never feel guilty about it. It's not our fault that Europeans were turning you people into leather seats. Nobody told them to be deranged. It was business, and your ancestors got caught lacking.
Wow.
Someone African answer me. My mom is Black. My dad's Nigerian. Does that make me half Akata? No, seriously, answer.
Wow.
Ishmael, just keep going. Nah, this is
I
beautiful.
want to
Just
keep
keep
going
going.
because there's one I
Yeah,
want
keep
to get
going.
to. One
Go till
really
you're
important
tired.
one.
This is good. Go. Wow.
You all unalive like chicken every day in America, either by police, white men, or drugs. Look at the flags.
Wow.
This is the reason you didn't run.
Wow.
You're literally our sons. You're our ugly stepsisters that we had to sell for cheap to the only suitor that was willing to marry you. You come from U.S. We don't come from you guys. Remember that.
Wow.
We remember.
Okay. I want to keep going back down.
Go
Ari
as long
Lennox
as you
is a
want, sis, because
descendant
they
of
need to see
peasants
this.
that were shipped to America 400 years ago to work in cotton fields and suck white D.
Wow.
There's one I want to show you down here where she talks about using our children for ritual sacrifices.
Yeah, show that. Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah. When I first came to America, oh my God, I hate Akata kids so much. Like, I will use them for money rituals.
Jesus Christ.
Nah, you gotta send me this website.
Y'all may not
You
know
gotta
this, but
send
I
me
can't
this,
stand
Ish.
N-words.
Send me
Black
this.
Americans, Akatas, whatever y'all call them, I hate them. Africa hates Black Americans. They don't even call them African Americans because they don't deserve the title. Akata means filthy black, low-class American N-word, which most of y'all are. African Americans are.
But we always knew that's how y'all talked about us. We heard you.
Do they have any timestamps on this?
Oh, yeah, they
Yeah,
are
the
dated.
timestamps are right here. You can see them.
Yeah, they are
Yeah,
dated.
May
look,
15th,
May
2022.
Christ.
15th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all dated.
They're all of these are dated. All of these are
Wow.
dated. You can go
I need that.
back
I
up
need
to
that
here,
website.
7/22/12, 1:42 p.m. There's her screen name. There's her flag.
I need this website. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So,
we
so
have,
too
we
much.
have
The
receipts.
same way we got our
We
genealogy
have
timestamp.
receipts. Oh,
We got the
Black GOP candidate vows to cancel Black History Month in Michigan if elected.
That's the one. That was just last year.
Black History Month is too
That was
often a
just last
celebration
year.
of Black people and a condemnation of YT people. We're all perpetrators and victims of exploitation. No one is innocent. Not YT people, not Black people, no one.
Yo,
This is
literally,
crazy.
when she sent us this link, I need us to go show our elders, right, that are stuck on this Democrat plantation,
Yeah.
and our
Yeah.
elders that's still on
This
this
is good
Pan
receipts
African
right
thing.
here.
They
Mm-hmm.
need to understand that the Democrat Party is nothing but an immigrant slash LGBT party now, and that all immigrants are anti-Black American. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Ish, I apologize. Please go on. I wouldn't mind if you did this for 10 minutes. I already know the receipts.
And
Like,
tell the
this is
youth.
crazy.
Show the youth because they don't
And
know
show the
nothing
youth.
about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I think you
Oh, I
should
have printouts.
read.
I
I
have
think you should just go
printouts.
through and read a few. I think I'm here for that too.
This is why
Man, I need
FBA
this.
should
I
stop
need
voting
this.
people that are not them.
I need this.
Like, never vote an immigrant
I
into
need
no
this too.
political seat
Bad. Look at
next
too
year.
Yeah.
much.
Nobody hates
Never.
Too
Black
much.
men more than me.
See,
Ados are the YT supremacists of Black people. Ados blames immigrants for taking jobs because they're lazy.
wow.
Jesus Christ.
So we
Thank you.
sold you. So what?
Thank you for
Hey
this.
sis, hey sis, hey
This is
sis, why don't
platinum right here.
sis, why don't you have a live with that
I do.
information on?
I do have a live. I do.
Oh, okay.
This is
I
platinum.
do. I have a live. I just
better.
don't go live as much over here because I'm new to this platform. But yeah, I just want you guys to see they actually had slave auctions to auction off Black Americans as slaves on Clubhouse. Here are the rooms.
Get out of here.
Let's
You
go.
lied.
Let's go. Let's
What?
do
You can't be
that.
telling the truth.
Yes,
You
yes.
gotta be
I
lying.
was on Clubhouse. Yes, I was on Clubhouse when they was doing that, y'all. Before I came over here, I was on Clubhouse and they was doing that. Yes, she's not lying.
And they
Yo, we
all
was
of
on
this is
Clubhouse
dated.
running
As
them
you can see, it's
down.
all dated.
Yes.
It gives you their screen name and their picture so you can see who we're talking about. Yes, these are real accounts. These are not fake accounts. These are
Oh, yeah,
not
no, these
bot
are real
accounts.
Yo,
These are
people.
send it to
we
ICE.
confirm that these are not
Yo,
bot
we need to
accounts. These
send
are
that
real
to
accounts.
ICE.
This
Oh, okay,
woman
because
is a
that's what I was
professor.
wondering.
No, send that
She's a
to
professor,
ICE.
I think,
Send
in
it to
Arizona.
ICE.
This
She's
Hold
a
on.
woman is
What
a
does that
professor.
say?
Just send
What
it
does
in a
that say?
PDF to ICE.
Go back to that one. What does that say? With the, what
Yeah,
does the
these are
professor
all
say?
real people. Like,
A read of Akata as derogatory accepts the premise that it is an insult to say that someone is descended from enslaved Africans. It is absolutely no shame or disgrace to be a child of the enslaved. Shame lies with the captors and enslavers. Plus, why would I insult myself? Now, granted, this is the same woman, right, who is trying to infiltrate one of the reparations task force. She's also a professor at a university, and she's also used the word 𝗥𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀 in a derogatory way, but then tried to spin it on. So there's this whole feed. She literally says a term for descendants of enslaved Africans wouldn't be derogatory. The issue is that the term translates to wild animal in Yoruba.
Wow.
So she's trying to justify using the word. She's calling her students 𝗥𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀s.
That's
online.
insane.
And so she's trying to
fired.
justify using the word, and another Nigerian woman corrected her. So please stop playing with our intelligence and telling us that it's just, you know, the YT person. You guys glorify selling people. You glorify, stay away from the 𝗥𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀. This is a whole song. This is a whole song. Excuse me. Can you mute her? Because I just want to finish. Thank you. This is a whole song that's on YouTube right now called "Stay Away from the 𝗥𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀," the hustlers, the thugs, the prostitutes. That's what it talks about, and he's referring to Black Americans.
But that's wrong.
Yeah. So again, these people are joking about unaliving our children, and you think that this is just about the internet? No.
Wow.
This is not just about the internet.
It's really about your parents and your grandparents who still ain't learned their lesson when they first got over here in the 60s. So maybe it's not you, young woman, but it's your parents and your grandparents.
So this is what I wanted to say to all of the evidence that
if I may bounce off
Ishmael. Hold on 1 second, because we have to update some language, right? So with all the evidence that Sister Ishmael just dropped, right? This is what is called. They use a new word. They like to say xenophobia, just because we're pointing out how disrespectful they are to us, right? Every melanated immigrant, whether they're Caribbean or African, I don't care if they're from India. Listen, all immigrants come to the United States and they are ethnophobic against Black Americans because our ethnophobic is towards our ethnicity. Our ethnicity has paved the way for so many groups, and their ethnophobia makes them want to give all the credit to the white man. Because they're so ethnophobic, instead of just saying, yo, Black Americans really did a good job with their entire existence through all of their pain, they turn ethnophobic and they say negative things behind closed doors. And now what this internet did was it gave them an outlet where they would talk craziness in their bathroom when nobody was looking, when they would talk junk in their homes when nobody was looking. Now they go in their bathrooms and they post it on social media. So this is not new. This has been going on since they started immigrating here. There's always been a negative thing towards Black Americans, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so now immigrants are ethnophobic. The Democratic Party is an ethnophobic political party. This is why Barack Obama gets on a podcast and tells the world that Black boys. Barack Obama is a Kenyan. He's not Black American either. He's a European Kenyan, right?
Yep.
So you have a European Kenyan going on podcasts telling people that, oh, little Black boys need to have an LGBT man in their life for them to have proper balance. So you have to understand this Democratic Party is trash. We do need to form our own Black American political party separate from the Democrats. And
let's start today.
Because right now the Republicans are doing the best the Republicans are doing the best they can, and that don't mean, we just all go to one side or anything like that. But just know these immigrants that are tethering and wearing all of our styles and wearing and practicing all of our traditions and all of our ethnic culture, they are very ethnophobic. This is why hip hop is in the trash. Thank God for the clips. Thank God for Kendrick Lamar. Thank God for J. Cole, right? Because with the clips and what Kendrick Lamar and what Beyonce is doing right now is proven to every tethered immigrant, you cannot compete. You can't compete with us on this global recognition of what our ethnic culture is. You can't compete, right? So yes, we are culturally inappropriate. Deal with it, right? And it's going to be culturally inappropriate to your face. real talk, because this conversation is growing so wide, and I want to take up for my sister Wolfie, right? My sister Wolfie has been in the trenches for a long time, really having to run down these these Africans prior to our community really even knowing what was happening to us. And I was there, Ish was there. It's just the thing is, some of us are completely fed up. So whether you young or old, yeah, y'all be getting real close to getting this belt to ass, right? But I do also agree. So I see where Sister Wolfie be coming from, because it's tiring having to repeat yourself every single day. And so it does get to the point of, yo, what did your mama and your daddy teach you? Your
Right.
mama, your daddy, your grandmama ain't teach you nothing about the golden greatness of the Black America? Are you serious? And so I feel her pain. But then and it is hard for us to pull back off that trigger. And when we are talking to someone that may want to learn, but Black Americans, we do have to kind of try that village conversation first, because it's hard for me. I ain't innocent. I'm telling you, I'll run you down and hurt your feelings and make you know you ain't, my grandmama ain't none of your ancestors. I'm definitely gonna do that. But in where we're at right now, we're doing a lot of growing our foundations, and so that we can combat all of this anti-Black Americanness or this ethnophobic against Black Americans that's been growing. I'll land with that, and Sister Woodfie, you know it's love, man.
Could I ask a question? Are you guys aware of places like, for an example, if the FBA go to Egypt or Senegal and Nigeria, because I visit Africa a lot. You're not allowed to rise up in any type of power of position. You can never be a governor. You can never be a mayor, so to speak. You can't have any position ahead of state in any of these countries. And even if your children are born in these countries, they don't allow you to do that because they feel that you can't represent them as an outsider. So my question is to FBAs, why are we so comfortable, and this is not being racist, picking these outsider foreigners to represent us or to represent American values? And this
So
has
Nor, let me answer that. Let me answer that. We didn't know, right? It wasn't on purpose. It wasn't on purpose. A lot of our elders during the Civil Rights Act, you gotta know, a lot of our elders was fighting against real white supremacy, something that these ethnophobic Africans and these ethnophobic Caribbeans have never done in their homeland. They don't fight against white supremacy. So when the immigration bill passed in 1965, what our elders thought, we thought we were getting support from other melanated people. We thought we were getting backup. You
no,
know
but we
how
let them represent us on our homeland.
listen, I get your question. I get your question. We thought that once they got here, that they would see the
Right.
Black American fight, and even if they went into political seats, they would still understand the Black American fight and help support us.
But
We
who
are
cares they
now,
understand the fight if they're not us?
But we
bro.
didn't know. We truly didn't know.
Bro,
That's what he's saying.
so
They
then
didn't
so
know.
Nor, hold on, Nor. See, this is where then I follow up with the question, how, like, what is your age? Because I don't want to disrespect you, but if you're of age, or if you're younger, then I am gonna respond to you in a different way. So, are you in your 20s or are you in your 30s, late 20s? You don't gotta give me an exact number.
I'm not in my 20s. I'm much older than that. But what I'm saying, I'm well aware of
What,
the
what?
civil rights
All right,
movement. I'm well aware of
bro.
all of the points that you're making.
So,
I'm well
no,
aware.
that's not. Are you?
So
What
why
are
would
you in?
you
What is
ask
your
that
age range?
question if you already know the answer, brother? That's the
But
question right there. Why would you
because
ask a question like that? If you know, why would you ask a rhetorical question? Why?
that's
Yeah.
perfect. I like that. I like what you just said there. I asked the questions because I'm not talking about the civil rights. I'm not talking about the Jesse Jacksons. I'm not talking about all of them back there. I'm talking about the younger generation. We were very comfortable in putting in Barack Obama, who's partly
All
Ghana,
right, so
who's
that's
partly
my
white.
point. All right, so slow down. That's what I really do want to know, because I'm gonna answer your question and then I'm gonna give you a solution, because I can out of your voice
I
pitch.
never voted for him, by the way.
That's not what I'm asking you. What? Just can I get your age range? Like, can I get your range
I'm
of
I'm
your
I'm
age?
close to 40.
You close to 40. So boom, what you can do, right? You can start your own foundation, and you can start lobbying against immigrants inside our political party. So when Barack Obama was being elected, let's not forget in 2008 there was a housing crash, right? It was all planned. It was a housing crash, and then Barack Obama came in as some type of black savior. He was playing basketball. He was playing saxophone. He was doing all of these
No, that's
trinkets.
Clinton.
Yeah. Trying to appease to the black folk. He was raised in Chicago, and guess what? Back then, lineage checking was not a thing. We hardly even had the internet. Remember, Facebook only came out in 2005 or 2006, and it was only available on college campuses, right? So by the time Barack Obama got elected and ran for president, black Americans just thought he was just another black American. We thought he was just another freedman, and he's not. And we really found out he wasn't a freedman his second term, when he did all of this for the LGBT community and removed our ancestors' Negro classification off of federal documents, or he tried to. Okay,
I'm
so
not sure if I agree with that.
so ignore. So what we do is we learn from our mistakes and we're moving forward. 2015 is not too far away from 2025. It's only 10 years ago. It's
Okay,
almost think so what I'm telling you is you can't blame people for voting for things that they did not know. Today in 2025, we're saying we do know, and we're moving in a different way, and you need to accept the fact
I
that we
accept.
are moving in all right. So
Oh, that's hard. I accept.
start producing in a new way of new understanding.
But I have been
That
doing this for already. Everything
Okay,
that
it's
you're
you.
Okay,
All
hold
saying.
right,
on.
so what? All right, so
Hold
cool.
on.
What? All right,
Hold on.
boom, boom, boom. What's your organization? How can we join? How can we donate? What's your website?
It's not an organization. It's more of an acknowledgement. A
Okay,
self-acknowledgement. Know who you
that's
are.
not
Not
how
just
this country. All right, so listen,
that.
that's not how this
I'll tell.
country works.
No, I'll
That's
tell
not how
you why.
this country
I,
works. Business
that,
to business. No,
allow me
sir,
to respond. You're
listen,
not
sir.
allowing me to say
This,
anything.
yeah. Listen, this country operates business to business. It doesn't work person to business.
Right.
That
Am
merchant.
I allowed to respond here?
If you're not a foreign corporation, this is a corporating company
So I'm not
of the
allowed to
United
respond.
States.
Okay, got
All
it.
right, go ahead. Nah, go ahead. I'll let you. If you're about
No.
to go down this
No,
Indian,
hold
you're about to
on.
go down this. Are you a Moor?
Yo,
Hold on.
Are
y'all
you a
gotta allow
Moor?
us to respond, man.
Hold
Are
on.
you a
Hold
Moor?
on. Yeah, answer
I'm
that
gonna let him
question.
respond. My bad.
Are you a Moor?
I'll let him respond. I know I just heard it all before. Go
Are
ahead, yo.
you a Moor, sir? Are you a Moor?
I'm not a Moor. I'm what you consider as a foundational Black American. But for me, at a young age, when I visit Africa and I realized that they don't respect us as Black Americans, and I came back with this new perspective of how I see immigrants represent FBAs in America. I've had this for a long time, since I think probably around 2008 or 2007, somewhere around that time. But my point is, when Barack Obama was going under scrutiny, when he was running for president, all the conservatives and many other people were talking about his birth certificate. So FBAs were aware of in his second term that he was from Ghana. We were well aware of that. In fact, all media was covering that.
He's not from Ghana. He's from Kenya.
I
But
mean,
go
from
ahead.
Kenya, not Ghana, from Kenya, right?
Okay, hold on. I just gotta mute you up real quick because I really gotta go, you guys. I'm past the time. Brother, we're gonna have to table this conversation for another time. If y'all want to continue the conversation, I'm sure some of these people on the panel are gonna start their own live, and y'all can transfer over there. But brother, listen, man. 2008, back in that time, we were still first of all, a lot of people were still watching the mainstream media. We were not paying attention to the grassroots. We were not plugged in and on code all the way like we should have been. We all got duped. Listen, some people voted for Obama 2 terms. Some of us got wise after his first term and realized that, hey man, Obama ain't who he say he was. He's a plant. And we didn't have a word like tether back then. Because if we did, he would have been called all kinds of tethers. You understand what I'm saying?
That's
We
the
were
answer.
still under
I
that.
just
We were
want you
still
to
under
know.
that hold on, brother, I'm talking. We were still under that propaganda and witchcraft that all Negroes are the same. We're all black. With the motherland is Africa, Pan-African, diaspora. We were all for that. It wasn't until I myself, also like you, sir, once I traveled to Africa, I also woke up and realized, hey man, they're never going to treat me like their brother. I'll be an American over there all day long, but I'm never going to be their brother. They don't look at me like that. They look at me like another tribe. And when they
So
come to America, we are a hostile tribe to them. Why? Because we are the tribe in power.
exactly. And
That's
Nor,
exactly
Nor,
how they
I
look
and Nor,
at
agree.
and
us.
I want to
That's
hold on,
exactly
Nor,
how they
Nor,
think of us.
I agree.
Nor, hold on, Nor. I want to prove to you that we learned because if we didn't learn from that, you know who would be our president right now? Kamala Harris, another tether
Another tether.
Yeah,
who is half Jamaican, half Indian. She's a Hindu,
Thank
I
Hindu
you.
and
agree.
Jamaican.
It
Okay,
pissed me
so
off that they
this is
was
what I'm
calling her
trying to
black.
let you know, Nor. You're not trying to give us the credit of learning from our mistakes, right?
No,
And
I just
so
was
so so
ignorant
if,
about. I
if
wanted to
we
know the
didn't
answer. I
listen,
just didn't know.
if we didn't learn, Kamala Harris, after she said she washed collard greens in her bathtub and she and all this and she not doing nothing for only black Americans,
Yeah,
she would be your president right now. She's not
I
your
agree.
president, and that's why we're out here doing things differently. So
I
yeah,
agree.
it's cool, and I get it. I get it. You had a lot on your chest, bro, but we
Yeah,
here and we moving forward. We not living in that same way no more, bro. And I
I
apologize
agree.
if I disrespected you, but understand we are definitely moving better because we moving wiser. We're moving wiser now, all right?
So with that being said, y'all listen, I gotta go. I wish I had Cousin here because he tell y'all where to go, but y'all watch the new. If y'all don't know, understand. If you're watching mainstream media, you're watching the wrong thing. You got to get plugged into grassroots media. What is the grassroots media? That's the new black media. 𝗔𝗯𝗎 Professor Black Truth, Afro Elite, and a whole scale of other people. We are on code. A lot of content. A lot of people on TikTok, man. We're speaking because we're plugged into the grassroots and we're giving you the game. Listen to
Hey, yo,
those
follow
people.
Sister Ish. Follow Sister
Yeah,
Ish. She about
follow
to
Sister
start her live
Ishmael for
too.
real.
And
Follow
follow
Sister
me, man.
Ishmael for real. Follow Simon. Follow Wolfie. Follow Amara. Follow DJ. Follow
Mrs.
Mrs.
Yeah.
POV. Follow all the people on this panel, man, because we are the new black media. That's what it is. We're giving you perspective from foundational black Americans. We're giving you the real deal as we see it. We're letting you know the plans that the AU have for us. We're letting you know we're getting hit because we're plugged into the grassroots. The grassroots lets us know
Right.
we all talk and we conversate with each other and we put two and two together. It started with freaking Jesse Jackson. That's where the AU, they've been planning this for a long time. Obama gave them the keys to the kingdom and appointed a so-called Nigerian African American, she's called. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah,
And put her
and
over
there's
the
no
six
such thing
regions.
as there's no
No
such thing
such
as a
thing.
first generation African American, second generation African American. They don't
Nothing. Nothing.
They don't exist.
So that's what it is. We are plugged in. If you guys are not following us, if you're not following my channel, you're not gonna know how to navigate and how to move as a foundation of Black America. That's all I'm. If somebody asks me, what's the purpose of this channel? This purpose is to educate, teach, and make my people aware of what's going on and what's happening, so we can have a strategic response, not just an
Amen.
emotional response, but a strategic response. Tomorrow, I'm gonna do a live. And then I'm going to cut the live short, and then we're going straight to Discord so we can strategize. We're no longer are we going to be giving away all this strategy on TikTok like we've been doing. If you're not plugged into the Discord, you're just not going to understand what's going on. But I'm telling you, even if you're not plugged into my Discord, make sure you're plugged into the new black media.
And don't just try to get into our discourse because you're going to be verified. I just want to let y'all know it's going to
Yeah,
get around where we're
it's
going to start
not. Yeah,
verifying all your genealogy because we're
yeah,
not accepting none of these Obamas or these
yeah,
Kamala Harrises anymore.
Thank God.
None of
yeah.
these Elon Omars, none of these
Yeah.
AOCs, like none of these immigrant tethers that
Yeah,
want to
you're gonna be
disrespect. Yeah,
heavily,
that's not
heavily
happening.
verified to get into these discords that we're having. Especially if you're coming into mine, we already got a verification process, and you're gonna be scrutinized. It just is what it is. If you're not FBA, you can't come in. Now on TikTok, you can listen, but the Discord, if you're not FBA and you're not, even if you're FBA and we find you to be an op, we got to get you. We're getting you up out the paint because we know we're gonna have those too. I want y'all to know, family. Listen, I just found out the other day that the FBI is watching me. I want y'all to
Wow.
know that. They're watching.
What? Well,
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
she ain't gonna be the only one
Oh
then
yeah.
oh
on
no,
TikTok.
Listen,
Man, they
shit.
got a
if you're
list.
not, if you're,
Fuck
if
them.
you're,
They got a
if you're,
list.
if you're afraid to stand on business, don't do this.
Yeah.
If you're afraid to speak the truth, don't do this because they're watching you. I'm
They're
being watched,
watching a
family.
lot of lives
I'm
then.
being watched, family, and it is what it is.
Sure is.
And
They
I'm
can
not
look.
gonna,
They
I'm
lazy
not
self
gonna
needs
stop
something to do.
me standing on business and telling and waking my people up to the truth. They can watch
Mm-hmm.
FBI
all
just
they
trying to
want.
learn how to make. They just want to learn how to make cornbread. That's all. They
That's
Fact.
watching us.
They ain't doing
that's
nothing.
it.
That's
That's
all they
it.
do. That's all they
That's
do is
it.
watch, because they
So
definitely don't
so it
work
is
or
what it is.
create.
We got one of our brothers that's
No, they
already.
want to see how much ground he gained. See,
Listen, we
then
got
he
one of our brothers
becomes.
that already knows he's on the watch list. I'm probably. I mean, if they watching me, I'm on the watch list. So it is what
Okay,
it is.
and you're not the only one then.
If yeah,
Mm-hmm. I've been on the list
and
since
I'm
10
not the
years
only
ago,
one. So
protesting.
listen, if you're not ready to fully stand on business and you're not ready to speak the truth, if you're not ready to take on what comes with that, don't step in this space. Don't step in this space. Stay in the background.
Facts.
Stay in the comments. Watch. But don't come up here and talk the way I'm talking because there's gonna come consequences with it. So it is what it
Mm-hmm.
is, family. I'm letting y'all know. Keep me in your prayers. Keep my wife in your prayers, man. Keep my family in your prayers,
You
man.
covered by the blood. You
We gonna.
covered by the
I'm
lineage.
gonna keep standing on business and keep giving y'all the real. That's just what it is. So I gotta
Period.
go. I gotta go, family. I love everybody, man. I'm down with my FBA people all the way. I rock with y'all. I love y'all. I pray for y'all. Okay, but we all the most important thing we can do is get on code and stay on code. So with that being said, peace, love, reparations, and the blockchain. See you tomorrow. Take care.
Bye, y'all.